It looks like we're heading back.
Well, we might just have to camp here for the night again.
You can stay here?
Did you hear that? I heard something this time.
What was that? Oh, God. I don't know where it came from.
I don't know. It's all around us, I hear it.
Maybe this way. All around us. I think oh my God!
Keep running! Run faster! Go this way! There it is! Oh my God! Oh my God, oh my God, stop doing it! Stop the camera!
Wait. Don't run.
No,
Just one more trick.
Come back. Come on.
Wait. We got one more trick.
Pick a card.
Wait.
Really?
School ring on string routine. You got to see this. Wait, don't go.
Pick a card.
Don't go. Wait. This is called torch to rose. Very, very, very pretty stage effect. Torch to rose.
Okay, this item is called Ring-a-Ding. I need assistance of Howard over here. As you can see, both Howard and I have been on strict diets since the last time you've seen us.
Yes, we have.
All right, Howard, check out the ring, make sure it's solid.
Solid
brass,
ring.
Solid brass ring.
Solid brass.
Okay. Take the end of the shoelace, pull on the shoelace. Let's show everybody out there it's a solid shoelace.
Pretty solid. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to show you something really cool with the Ring-a-Ding. So I take the ring and place it on the shoelace like that. The magic doesn't happen here and it doesn't happen here. It happens right about there.
In the middle.
In the middle, about the middle. You don't believe me, so I'll give it a little blow and show you. That's exactly where the magic happens. Here, hold the favor, hold on to the ring again. We'll find the center of the shoelace. Right about there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to place the ring on the shoelace, just like that. That's really on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Howard, what I want you to do is do me a favor. Hold on to both ends of the shoelace tight.
Yep.
Okay, when I pull this off your hand down here, it's going to look like a miracle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Watch this. I'm going to take the ring, and I'm going to toss it up in the air. So do a triple somersault. The shoelace is going to open up, and I'm going to catch it right in the middle.
No.
No, that's right. Why show off? Why show off? We can just go and do 1, 2, and just link it on just like that. Do me a favor, Howard. Hold on to the end of the shoelace again. Because when this comes off, it's going to look like a miracle, I'm telling you. It really is. It really is. Now watch this. I can actually take the ring and balance it on the shoelace, just like that. And if I give my fingers a snap, just like that, it ring instantly links on again. And again, Howard, hold on to the end of the shoelace and tell everybody that it was really on there.
It was really on there.
And that's really that's called Ring-a-Ding. And it's very easy to perform. It's great for walk around. It instantly resets. Ring-a-Ding.
This is called the finger flasher. At any time during your act, you can use this effect to aid in the appearance or disappearance of an object. Basically, that's what happens. The gimmick, I'll show you exactly what it is. It's worn on the inside of your hand, like that. It's an adjustable ring, so for skinny or fat fingers, you can adjust the size of the ring. Inside here, there's a little compartment. In the little compartment, what you do is you take some flash cotton or flash paper, you roll it up into a ball, and you put it in. This is just like a flint wheel on a lighter, and you have it in your palm, and with your thumb, you strike the gimmick, igniting the flash paper. You have an instant burst of flame. Looks very magical and will add to any effect dealing with an appearance or disappearance. It's called the finger flasher.
Deals with a couple simple objects, like a garbage bag twist tie, and a pair of scissors. Take the twist tie and cut it up into small pieces here, about 6 pieces. Okay. Take the pieces of the twist tie and gather them up into a little bundle, just like that. I'll show you my hands are completely empty. We also need a lighter, just a big lighter. Got one right here. Good. Take the twist ties, hold them in my hand just like that. Now watch what happens. Just like that. Just the right amount of heat will ensure that the twist tie fully restores itself. That's totally self-contained. The twist ties are just normal twist ties. You get a supply of them, but you can just use any twist tie. And it comes with the lighter and the gimmick and everything, and it's called Do the Twist.
This is called the McBride candle. It's a real pretty stage effect. It can be very eerie. A lot of different things are possible with the McBride candle. It's nicer when it's done to music. We're not that elaborate, so you'll have to bear with the patter and the magical finger moves. You snap your fingers, and it instantly lights just like that. You can reach into the flame of the candle and produce a scarf, just like that. What else can you do? This is cool. Let's blow that out. You can make the candle float. Actually, you can even do that lit. I'm not quite sure why I blew it out, but I did. You can make it float away or appear to almost float away. You can snap your fingers, light the candle again. This time you reach into the flame and actually remove the flame. This is pretty cool, and you can take it and you can throw it back just like that. It's called the McBride candle. Again, you can do a lot of things, very creative effect. The McBride candle.
It's called New Professor's Nightmare. It deals with 1, 2, 3 ropes of equal length. Some people will argue with you, but that's actually what you have is 3 ropes of equal length. One, 2, 3 ropes of equal length. As a matter of fact, you know what? We have just 1 rope here of an equal length, and that's the New Professor's Nightmare. It's very easy to do. The New Professor's Nightmare.
It's an old effect. It's been around for a while. It's a stage effect, another fire effect. Obviously, with a name like Torch through Arm, it is a fire effect. You show a cylinder with a metal rod, the torch, that runs right through the center. You or your assistant place your arm right through the cylinder, and this could be lit prior. We didn't light it prior because we didn't want to trip the smoke alarms off in here. You light up the torch, and again, I just have to make a comment. We don't sell these effects, fire effects, any of our fire effects. We don't sell to minors. You have to be 18 or older in order to purchase a fire effect. And there we go. And you never want to do this in an air-conditioned place where you have a draft. You take the torch, and you can actually place it right through your arm. You can show both sides, just like that. It goes right through. You can do this with sleeves down also. It is 100% safe. As far as the method goes, you do have to be careful anytime you work with fire. And this is called torch through arm. And again, you can show the inside of the cylinder, both ends. Torch through arm.
The Wonder coin box. It's a little walnut box, which can be shown all the way around on the bottom. Has a little hinged lid. There's a lot of routines you can do with this. Here's one of them. You have a copper coin and a silver coin. Spectator names either coin. There's no force. Which coin do you want to use, Howie?
Copper.
The copper coin. Silver goes in first. Copper goes on top. The lid is closed. And a little tap on top of the box. You can actually see the copper coin penetrating, melting right through the bottom, leaving the silver coin inside. There's a lot of routines you can do with it. A marked coin is vanished and it appears inside the closed box. It's called the Wonder coin box.
This is called the dice changing box. This is a great little close-up effect. It consists of 7 dice. The ones that are in the box, these are numbered face up, 1 through 6, and the 7th die right here is, well, your lucky die. What happens is you put the lid back onto the box, you ask the spectator to take the die and to roll the die. It doesn't matter what number they come up with, and, you know, whenever they're satisfied, you can stop it. So let's say right now it landed on number 6. You just snap your finger, and when you remove the lid, they all turn into number 6s. And what's nice is that everything here is completely examinable. This is called the dice changing box.
This item is called Joker. It's a really quick, easy trick. It deals with 2 red 3s. And what do we have in the middle, Howie?
Looks like the Joker.
Right, so we have 2 red 3s, and what's in the middle?
A Joker.
Very easy to spot from the front, isn't it?
Yep.
How about from the back? Very easy to spot.
Yeah, different color back.
Sure. Okay, now if I take the Joker and place it on the table, what does that leave here?
The 2 red 3s.
The 2 red 3s, exactly. And what does that leave here on the table?
A Joker.
That's right, the Joker. What it is, a picture of President Clinton, the Joker, and that's called Joker.
This is called the sand frame. This is really cool because, well, it's very inexpensive for one, and you can do a lot with it. You show an empty picture frame. This is the back of the frame. This is the front of the frame. You can cover the frame for a moment or so with a scarf, or you can wrap it up and you can give it to somebody to hold on to. They could even keep their fingers on it like this the entire time if you want to, you know, work your performance out around it that way. A card is selected, it's vanished, it's lost in the deck. Say it was the Ace of Hearts. When you ask them to remove the scarf, the Ace of Hearts appears in the frame. You can give the Ace of Hearts to them just by taking it out. Of course, you need fingernails or a knife to get the card out. There we go. There's a lot more you can do with the sand frame. You can have an actual picture inside the frame. You can have the corner torn off, and the corner when the card reappears inside the frame will match. There's a lot of different things you could do. You could produce a business card that way, a credit card that way. The possibilities are pretty much limited only by your imagination. It's called the sand frame.
This is called Solari's Monte. It's very, very easy to follow. It deals with 3 cards, a red queen and 2 black 10s. I'll show you the 10s have blue backs. The queen is a red back. The queen is the money card. That's a card you got to keep your eyes on. Now, if I take the money card and place it on the bottom, and take a black 10 and place it below her, Howie, where is she?
In the middle.
Very good. You're paying close attention. Very good. Let's do it. Let's confuse you a little bit now. Watch this very complicated mix. Okay, where is the queen now?
In the middle.
In the middle. Very good. We should bet for money here. You'd be cleaning up.
We might have to do that.
Okay. Watch this one more time. A little. Look at this. Now watch what happens here. A little bit of a twist. Where do you think the queen is?
I still think she's in the middle.
She's in the middle. Well, you're doing very good. Now watch this fancy move. Ready? I do it so fast it looks like I'm doing it slow.
Mm-hmm.
Now where do you think the queen is?
I would still have to guess the middle.
See, now the idea is we've got to try to find a queen. See, that's a 10. This is a 10. This is a 10. The queen is over here the whole time. Now this is called Solari's Monte. It doesn't use any sleight of hand, as you can see. It doesn't require any double face card or double back card. It's simplicity in itself. It's called Solari's Monte.
This has been around for a little while. This is great. We brought these in because we kind of both like the effect. It's from Paul Harris. It's called the screwed deck, and basically you take 2 halves of a deck out from your pocket, and you could explain that they're either your emergency deck of cards. You need to come prepared, so you always carry this with you. You screw them together much like you would screw a pool cue together, just like that, and you can dump out the cards. Now, sometimes this happens when the deck is not put together the right way. The deck kind of comes out twisted like this, and it's a rather easy thing to just fix it. You just give it a turn and you can fix it, and now you can go on to your regular card effects and do whatever you'd want to do. It's a very easy effect. It's eye-catching. It's startling for spectators and yes, magicians who are not familiar with this. It's called The Screwed Deck by Paul Harris.
This is an item by John Cornelius called the Shrinking Card Case. I use this personally as I open up doing walk-around. It's very, very, very strong. I walk up to a table and I pull out of my jacket pocket a deck of cards and I say, you guys want to see my favorite card trick? And hopefully they'll say, yeah. What I do is I remove the deck of cards right out of the case, and as I put the case down, it instantly and visually shrinks to a mini card case, which can be shown completely around. It's called the Shrinking Card Case. It's made out of vinyl. If it gets dirty, you can just wash it with mild soap and water. John Cornelius's Shrinking Card Case.
This is great, but you know what, before I even do this, if anybody's noticed this little blue thing that's in your screen, if you can tell me how to get that out of the camera, it's really starting to annoy me. I'm looking at it on the monitor, and it's not anything on the mat, it just doesn't want to go away. And I just had to bring that to somebody's attention. I don't know exactly what it is. The lens is clean, but it's annoying. I'm sorry, just had to say that and get that off my chest. This is, Bob, what's the name of this? I don't remember. I'm so distracted by the little blue dot, I don't remember the name.
Quitting Smoking.
Quitting Smoking. This is true. A couple of years ago, I used to smoke. I used to be a heavy smoker, and my wife got me this as an idea for me to stop smoking. It's a little box that the cigarettes rest in. And she figured if this, they would be out of sight and not visible on the coffee table, they'd be out of, my thoughts, which was pretty interesting an idea. And one day I did lose control, and I went to go for the cigarettes, and it was really weird because I did cut down because the cigarettes, they shrunk completely just like that. It's called Quit Smoking. These aren't actual cigarettes in here. These are little matches, so you can go into whatever match routines, or if you need a light to go into another, effect, you can use these too. It's really cute. It's called Quit Smoking.
This is an item from Austria called Screwtacular. What it is a 3 little nuts and bolts, and each one is a different color. We have a blue one, a yellow one, and a red one, and a little container, which looks like a 35 millimeter film canister, because that's exactly what it is. And the spectator has a totally free choice. They could thread the little nuts onto the bolts themselves. A little quicker if I do it this way here. Now, Howie, what I want you to do is, it's totally free choice. Do you want to use the red, the yellow, or the blue nut and bolt?
Red.
The red one?
Yep.
Okay. They all go inside the canister, nut side down. The lid is closed. And just by spinning it like this, amazingly, when I pour this out, you'll see that the chosen colored screw is the only one that unthreads off the nut. It's a totally free choice, can be repeated again and again. There's no force of the screw, and it's self-working, and it's called Screwtacular.
I use this when I do close-up magic. It's a very, very, very great effect. Very strong reaction with lay people. Anything mentalism or anything dealing with supernatural like tarot cards just plays real well. What these are 12 cards in each pile. They're identically arranged. I'll show you all, magicians too. This comes with a little plastic carrying case, which helps to keep things organized. Like I said, there are 12 cards. They're arranged identically. I'll count them out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, Bob, not a magician's choice. You decide what pile I'm to mix first. Doesn't make a difference.
These right here.
This right here, okay.
Mhm.
Watch, pay attention to the way I'm going to mix them up, because I'm going to have you dictate the way we mix this pile up next.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Watch, I'm going to lay 2 cards down, 1, 2. I'm going to mix 3, 1, 2, 3, and lay those down. I'm going to lay 1 card down, I'm going to mix 2, 1, 2. That leaves me with 4 cards left. I'm going to mix 2 of them, lay those down, and then I'll lay the other 2 down just directly like that. Now by doing this, we have completely mixed up the order. Now there shouldn't be any cards that match. I'll go through these quickly for you. Now, I don't know much about tarot cards, but I do know that they're very, very powerful cards, which we'll demonstrate in just a moment. So far, no matches. It's a good mix. This was the pile that I just mixed a moment ago. This is the pile, Bob, that remains for you to dictate to me how to mix.
Okay.
Again, you can start out by telling me to lay them down or to mix them first. It doesn't matter the amount or the order.
Mix 3.
I'm going to mix 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lay down 2.
I'm going to lay down 1, 2 cards.
Mix 2.
I'm going to mix 2, 1, 2.
Lay down 1.
I'm going to lay 1 down.
And mix the rest.
That's 4 of them. That's okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll mix those up. Now, a moment ago I told you I don't know much about tarot cards, but I do know this. They're very powerful cards because you see each and every card is an identical match. Just like that. Very, very, very easy to do. The first time that I saw this, it fooled the heck out of me. It just goes over incredible with lay people. It's very easy to do. It's called Tarot Surprise.
This is called the mini pom-pom trick. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the larger version. This happens to be a version that's made in aluminum. You can keep it in your pocket. It's great for table hopping. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the trick, it's kind of strange. It's a little bar that has balls and tassels hanging. And I can show you that the red and yellow balls are connected, and the, well, not really. Then why, when I pull up on the white, does the red go up? I have no idea. If I pull on the white one, the blue one goes up. If I pull on the yellow one, the blue one goes up. I don't know why. The red one goes up, these two are connected, and as a matter of fact, if I pull down on the blue, the red one shouldn't go up, but it does. It's really strange. At the end, you could actually hand this out for a complete examination. It breaks apart into 2 sections, showing that they're not connected. That's called the mini pom-pom trick.
This next effect is called the definitive 5-and-1 bill trick. But you know, before I start, I just wanted to point out, Bob, that's still annoying me. That dot is still right there.
I see that.
That bugs me, man.
I know, it bugs me.
It really
too.
bothers me. Okay, so this is the 5-and-1 bill trick. There's a lot of versions of this that have been out on the market. We call ours the definitive 5-and-1 bill trick for a reason which we'll explain momentarily. You borrow a $5 bill from a spectator, Bob. That was quick. You had that ready, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
For demo purposes, you could have used a crisper newer 5, couldn't you have?
Sorry.
That's okay. No problem. They'll forgive us. So you start out with a $5 bill and a $1 bill. Now, Bob, I want you to do to your 5 what I'm going to do to my 1.
Okay.
Follow closely. I'm going to take my 1 and fold it in half, face out, just like that. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, take your bill and fold it in half one more time, face out.
Okay.
Perfect. This is the tricky part, Bob. Take the top, fold it down over the bottom, just like that.
Okay.
Very good. So, let's recap. A $5 bill, a $1 bill. I'm going to put them both together just for a moment. Hold your hand out. Perfect. And what I want you to do is just make a fist for me and turn it over just like that. Again, a 5 and a 1 both in your hands. My hands are empty. I'm going to reach in. I'm going to sneak one out.
Okay.
I don't want you to see which one I'm taking out.
Okay.
And still keep your fist closed. Perfect. Now I got to show you something. I peeked at the one that I'm taking out. Actually, I show it to you too. I took the 5 out. I'll show it to you guys too. I got the $5 bill. That's going to leave you holding the
1.
Right. This is the cool part, Bob. The magic part. Tap your fist against mine 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times. A moment ago, who had which bill?
I had the 1 and you had the 5.
Right. Now open up your hand because you're going to see. You now have the 5.
Oh, that's right.
And I have the 1. Now, what makes this different than any other effect is, Bob, you can take the bill, you can have them examine the bill. It's examinable 100%. The bills are legitimate. They can be signed before you begin the effect on any side that you want, and afterwards, immediately, you can hand them both out for scrutiny and examination, and nobody will find a thing. We kept the retail low on this because we think it's a pretty good effect without our way. Our way makes it an incredible effect, and we want you guys to be able to experience this. It's a very, very strong effect. It's called the definitive 5-in-1 bill trick.
This item is called Kinetic Key. It's made by Viking Magic. It's not a new trick, but it's a very well-made trick. And what it is, it's actually gold-plated, big skeleton key. And if I just tap the bit of the key, it gives the illusion that the bit of the key actually moves and slides along the shaft of the key. Which is very, very strange looking, isn't it? And at the end, you can actually take this out and hand it out for complete examination. They will find nothing. It's called Kinetic Key.
This is one of the nicer chopper effects that are on the market. It's made by Clarence Miller. The workmanship, if you know Clarence, is unbeatable. It is a beautiful piece to own, rather inexpensive for what it is. Here's the effect. I introduced this as a cigar cutter, a very pricey, very elegant cigar cutter. You could just cut the tips off cigars. Being a magician, I like to experiment with other things, not necessarily cigars, but human fingers. At this point, I'd ask for a volunteer, but since I don't really want to disturb Bob right now, I'll do it myself. I can put my finger through, just like that. You can see it's really my finger. It still wiggles and bends, just like that. And you just, here it comes. You slam it down, and the blade goes right through your finger. Now, this is the convincer, because you see this comes right apart, and you can show the blade completely penetrating your finger. Incredibly made by Clarence Miller. This is called Impossible Penetration. Impossible Penetration. Very good looking effect. It's a nice collectible, and it's actually a nice effect to perform. Impossible Penetration. Let's come up with a real nice brass cups and balls set that he can sell to his customers where they wouldn't have to pay a ridiculous price. I'm not going to knock the ones that are very high priced because they are beautiful quality. They are incredibly well made. This set is spun brass, and this is more for the average person that doesn't want to drop a few $100s on a nice cups and ball set. This is very nice for the money. It's a $50 set. The set comes with four, another one over here, 4 crocheted balls. It also comes with a little carrying bag. It's a drawstring bag. Actually, let me get this out of the way so you can see the cups a little bit better. The cups are of a good weight. They're not too light. They're definitely not too heavy. They have a nice ring to them. They stack well. They sound good when they're stacking. I'm not going to go into a routine because I'm sure most of you are familiar with a cups and balls routine, and I have yet to work one out that I'm satisfied with. But they are nice. The cups also go through one another like that. Actually, they don't. That's part of the routine that I was playing with a long time ago. But it's a nice set. For $50, you're not going to find a nicer set of cups and balls in spun brass. Highly recommended by the brass man, Bob Solari himself. This is called Fan to See, Fan to See. It's great for MCs, pretty much. You show a fan of cards and you explain to the audience, somebody, way far in the back, do me a favor, name any one of these cards. They won't be able to because they won't be able to see it. It's no problem because you make a magical pass just like that and they become giant-sized cards. It's called Fan to See. This is called Mummy Mystery. We've been having a lot of fun with this at conventions. It's just a neat thing to play around with. There are 3 mummies, red, blue, and yellow, and a little mummy sarcophagus in which one of their bodies will lie in just a moment. You asked for the help of somebody, Bob.
I'm not doing anything right now.
Very good. Very good. That was the right thing to say. I need you to help me out here. I want to turn my back. When I turn my back, I want you to take one of these mummies, place them inside the coffin, hide the other two somewhere where I won't be able to see them.
No problem.
Okay?
Yep.
And we'll see if we can divine what's about to happen.
Okay.
Tell me when it's okay to turn back around.
Okay, you
Turn
can
back
turn
around?
around, sure.
Okay. Which mummy is in here, I don't know, but using my mummy ESP, I can guess that there's the blue mummy inside here.
Well,
Is that,
maybe you guessed. Let's try that again.
there we go, the blue mummy. You can do it over and over and over again. We're not going to bore you and do this over and over again. We'll do it one more time for you. You ready?
Okay.
I can turn around.
Yes.
Very good. Again, you use your powers of concentration, and you can tell that there's, I wanted to say blue, I'm thinking yellow, but I'm really gonna, I'm getting the impression there's a red mummy inside here. You can play it out as much as you want. You're always gonna know. Very, very easy to do. You don't have to touch the sarcophagus. It's just a cute trick, and for the money, it's very worthwhile. It's called Mummy Mystery.
This is called Pandora's locks. What it is a locked padlock, and you explain that you have 5 different keys, all color-coded, and that 4 keys will not work the lock, 1 key will. And you have 4 spectators select 4 different keys, leaving you, the magician, with any one of these. It's a totally free choice. Howie, there's only one person here, so you can have 4 spectators.
That's fine.
Okay?
I can do
Take
that.
any 4 keys you like, leaving me with 1. Totally free choice. Leaving me with the blue.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you want to trade that blue for any other color one you took? It would be yellow, the orange, the purple.
No,
and
I'm
the red?
satisfied.
You're happy with
This is
that?
good. Yep.
Okay. Take the padlock. Reach over here. Take the
Mhm.
padlock, and try each one of those 4 keys that you selected in the lock.
No.
Okay. Try another one.
Nope.
No. Okay. No.
Nope.
Okay, last chance. You want to trade with me that orange for that blue, or are you happy with that, your choice?
I'm gonna keep it. To
Okay.
save. I'm gonna keep mine.
All right, no problem. Doesn't work.
No.
Like I say, 4 keys do not work the lock, and 1 key does. And that's always the key that's left for the mentalist or magician. That's called Pandora's locks. There's no force of the key. The spectator tries the keys themselves. It's called Pandora's locks. This is the stage version of Pandora's locks. As you can see, the lock is much bigger, more visual from stage. It works exactly the same way. Pandora's locks, stage version.
Nest of boxes. It's actually called the double locked mystery box. The effect is pretty simple. You borrow somebody's ring, or you can borrow a coin, or something small, personal possession. You vanish it, and you remove this box from a drawstring bag or from a gift bag. There's a lock that's on here. You unlock with the key the lock. You open the box, and inside the box is another box. This box is pulled out, and it's also opened, and inside this box would be the spectator's borrowed object, the ring or the coin, whatever it was. I didn't demo this. I'm going to actually explain to you how it works. These are Lippincott style boxes, and it's pretty interesting to set up. I've actually had people, when I have demoed this or performed with this, I've had spectators handle the boxes. I've had magicians handle the boxes, and they were not able to divulge the secret, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Basically, the side opens like that. It's not easy. You can bang it and tap it, and it won't open unless you go from the inside out. You have to know which side opens up like that. So that's the first box. I'll show you how it's set up quickly. The second box, same exact thing. I'll show you all sides of the box first. They're very, very, very well made. They are imported. Even I forgot which one is gaffed. That's the side that's gaffed. That comes like that. The door gets shut. You put a padlock, which is supplied with the effect, right on the latch, and this box goes inside just like that. What happens, these are inside a drawstring bag behind your table. You vanish a ring that you borrow from somebody. Now, what we're going to do is include this. We'll explain this in a moment. We're going to include this. This is quarter go. We're going to include this for free with our double lock mystery box set. You put the ring inside here. You put the latch down. You lock that. That's in the spectator's hand the whole time. With a magic pass, she opens it and unlocks it, and the ring vanishes. You remove these boxes, or you could do this prior to the vanish. You remove these boxes. Here's what happens. The borrowed object is just whoop, dropped inside, and the box, the side panels close like that. Now you're all set. So you produce the locked box. You unlock, or have the spectator unlock the lock. You open the latch. There's another box inside. You remove the other box, and you or the spectator open that box, and inside again is the borrowed object. Its working is very, very simple. It's very strong, very effective, and again, the effect actually comes, it's called the double lock mystery box. It comes with these two boxes here, which are beautifully constructed, very, very, very well made, and will last you a very long time. Even with heavy-duty, rugged treatment, they'll last you a while. They're strong in construction. We're going to also give you the quarter go, which is another Lippincott style box. This is great for vanishes. We showed you this, we demoed this on our first video. Basically, that's the working of the little one. They all work the same way. It's a beautiful set, very, very, very attractive. And it's called the double lock mystery box. Wanted to make these available to everybody. These are very, very, very nice. If you know me and you've done business with me, you know I'm very fond of wooden objects, wooden props. These are wooden magical wands with solid brass tips. They come in 3 different styles of wood. This one is all oak. This one is walnut, and this one is a cherry wood. These are priced ridiculously low at $24. They're weighted perfectly so that if you'd like, you can do the Vernon wand spin. I know I'm a little out of camera range here, little close quarters we're working in, but it's weighted so you can do that very well. If you like to, you know, again, do different spins with the wands, you won't have a problem. They're weighted perfectly. You just have to be able to catch it like that real good. Again, these are only $24. They come in the 3 different woods, oak and walnut and the cherry wood. And the tips, I'll show you real quick, the tips are solid brass, and they do unscrew if you wanted to polish them or clean them separately. And I've used these wands for a long time, and I've never had a problem with the brass tarnishing, but should it, or should you want to, again, just keep it shiny for your own personal preference, they come right off just like that. $24 for each wooden wand with brass tips. Please specify which kind of wood you'd like when you place an order. This is one of our wooden collectibles. This is our version of nickel to penny to dime. The boxes are made of walnut. They are stamped on the bottom. We have just a limited run only. The price is right also. Again, a very nice collectible. The basic effect is you show a nickel inside the little wooden square box. You cover the nickel just for a moment with the lid. When you snap your fingers, you lift the lid, the nickel has now changed into a penny. You do it again. You take the lid, you cover the penny just like that, and with a snap of your fingers, you'll see the penny has turned into a dime. Everything can be examinable at this point. This is called nickel to penny to dime full series. This one's called the Magic Block. Again, this, along with the effect we showed you a moment ago, nickel to penny to dime, comes with a drawstring bag. Before I demonstrate this, I just have to point out that the dot is still there and is starting to stress me just a little bit. I think we're going to have to, Bob, pick up another camera before we finish recording this whole fiasco.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know. And I'm sure you guys are getting upset seeing that blue dot there. If you are upset, I want you to do me a favor. Write to Bob Solari, okay? Write to Bob or email Bob. We'll give you the addresses and the phone numbers at the end of the tape, and complain. Ask him why the blue dot is on the video. It just shouldn't be. Anyway, going back to the magic box. You show a nickel, you show a magic box. You wave the magic box over the nickel just for a moment, and it completely vanishes. Another effect that you can do with the nickel, besides having it vanish, we'll bring it back just for a moment, you can have it change into another coin. Perhaps you can have it change into a penny. Then you can take the penny and do the same kind of a thing. You lay the magic box down, you snap your fingers, and it's completely gone. And again, it's examinable. It's called the Magic Box. It's another one of our series in the wooden collectible line. Sword through wrist. You won't find this anywhere else. We're the only ones that have this, and the quantities are extremely limited. The manufacturer that did these for us no longer makes them, so unfortunately we are no longer able to provide them, but we do have a handful in stock at this moment, the time we're recording the video. Hopefully, if you're interested, we do have a couple of left for you. Basically, you show the sword running through the stock like you saw a moment ago. You can use a volunteer from the audience, your assistant, or if you're into self-mutilation, you can do it on yourself. You put it right through, and you take the sword. This is the scary part, because you can sort of feel that through your wrist. It's a little more pressure that goes right through, just like that. You could show, again, every side, every angle. You can perform it surrounded, and when you remove the sword and remove the stock, your wrist falls off. No, it doesn't. It's fine. It's a very, very well-made effect. It also comes with a wooden sheath for the sword. Makes a pretty display in your showcase of treasures, and your audiences will appreciate a bit of a horror type effect like this. It's good, and it does get reactions. It's called Sword Through Wrist. Please remember, check with us on availability first, as quantities are extremely limited. This is called the Educated Duck. Not only is it great for kids, but the adults in the audience give you a big reaction for doing this also. It comes with a deck of cards. You can use any deck that you want. You can use a bicycle deck or your favorite brand. Somebody picks a card. Let's say they pick the 7 of spades. You can have several people pick cards. The cards are put back into the roulette. You can, mix the cards up the best way you'd like. And the roulette is turned towards the duck. The duck, at this point, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can put a blindfold or a bandana around him so he doesn't see. There's a lot of different fun things you can do. And you can have, you can have the duck fight your thing. There's a lot of different things you could do. The bottom line is the duck is the one that picks the card out, not you. And it's pretty neat. They can pick out a card like this. Again, depending on how you control the cards inside here, you can pick out, there's the 7 of diamonds. And he can keep doing this, so if you have cards that are, several cards picked, he'll keep doing this, no problem, right down to the last card. It's called the Educated Duck. It's very amusing, very, very easy to do, and it just looks real darn cute. The Educated Duck. This is called the Melting Mirror. Several versions of this are on the market. This is made completely of wood. It's a heavier material that's used. You show a mirror solid. You can explain how magicians use mirrors to not fool their public, but to practice their illusions before they go out into the public. And it's important that you work with a clean mirror, and you wipe the center spot just a little bit. And what's really cool is the silk just kind of clings to the mirror like that. Actually, the silk begins to melt right through the mirror, just like that. Just going. Not going yet, almost. This is cool. And you can show all different sides. You can even show the back of the mirror. The silk just goes right through. Now this is the very cool thing, because they never see what happens. Just watch. just like this, right through. And again, the mirror solid. This is called the melting mirror. This is called Giant Monte. There's a lot of different routines and effects possible with this. It's a, well, it's a Giant Monte. I'm just going to show you one quick way, and then I'm going to tip how this works because it's so incredibly well made. You're going to love this. You show 3 cards. You show a red queen, and you show 2 black kings. What happens is the red queen, you know, you tell the spectators they want to keep their eye on the red queen at all times. You show the 2 black kings. You can show the fronts and backs, and you explain that, again, you want to make sure you keep their eye, they keep their eye on the red queen. Here's what happens. Just in a blink, the red queen that was over here is now the black king. You're holding the red queen, just like that. Again, there's a lot of different variations you can do. The cards are imported from Germany. The manufacturing detail is incredible. Here's how it works. You can have the red card. Watch what happens when you turn it around and upside down. It changes into a black card. So all 3 of these cards are manufactured to do that same thing. They turn upside down and they change their identity from black to red. So all different kinds of combinations and effects are possible. One of the nicest effects that I've seen with these, one of the nicest routines, belongs to Goldfinger and Dove. They do a nice thing to music, he and his partner, and it's just incredible. They just do the trick a very incredible justice. Again, just like that. The backs are of a red design. I'm sorry they're not bicycle, but for the quality that you're going to get, no need to even worry about that. It's a stage effect. It's a stage effect, but it can play out close up in parlor. Again, you're looking at this very, very, very close, and you can't tell the gaps. They are invisible. Again, very well made, imported from Germany. The Giant Monte. This is great. This is brand new on the market. It's from Dean Dill. If you like rope effects, you want to purchase this because it's different. If you don't like rope effects, you want to purchase this because it's different, and you'll enjoy the reactions that you get with it. This is called Believe It or Not. You start out with a length of rope. You can have somebody, Bob is sitting across from me, he's off screen, but he's there, you see, he's holding the rope. You can have somebody pull on it and tug on it to show you that it's a legitimate piece of rope, and you explain that things that people see, they can't always believe. Things aren't always what they appear to be. For instance, it appears that I'm tying a knot in the rope. It does appear that there's a knot on the bottom of the rope, but that knot is actually an illusion. It's really not there. You see, you can take that knot and make it go away. It really wasn't there. Or was it? You see, it's right there. This is called the knot that's not. Watch what happens. You tie a knot into the middle of the rope. You can even have a spectator pull the ends to make sure that it's good and tight. The knot that's not is really not. Watch. With a little bit of a blow, that just goes away completely. This is my favorite one. This is called the square knot. My personal favorite. Now, this is good because it's close to Halloween as we're recording this. It doubles as an eye patch. Aye, matey. Or, actually, I like this one. This is good. Really bad nose job. Real bad nose job. And I promised Bob that I wouldn't do the jock strap one because, well, for obvious reasons. This is cool. Watch what happens to the knot, the square knot. Pluck it right off into reality. A solid square knot. Bob, do me a favor. Hold on to the end of this. I want you to help me out with this. Hold on to the other end. Come on right over here so that the camera can see you real well.
Okay.
I want you to take this end and tie it. You gotta cross it and put it right through like you're gonna tie a knot. Okay, stop right there. Together, let's see if we can do that square knot.
Okay.
Watch, go slow. Go very slow. And let's see. There we go. Together, you and I have formed a square knot. Now, you've seen magicians link rings of steel together. But how often have you ever seen magicians take, well, squares of rope and link them together too. This is called Believe It or Not. It's from Dean Dill. It's a new rope effect, and the reactions I've gotten with it were incredible. Believe it or not. This is a very old effect, but it's still really cute. It's from Steve Dushek. It's called Wonder Bar. A little piece of metal is seen inside a test tube. It comes from the moon, so it has this weird anti-gravity type of effect. At least that's what the instructions say. Watch. Watch. This is weird. Just like that. Right up into your hand. Just like that. You can make it float across from one hand to the other. You can actually make it go through a ring. Watch. Just like that. It's called Wonder Bar. This is one of my favorite mentalism bits. It's called the Thought Transmitter, and it's the brainchild of John Cornelius. I use this everywhere I go for walk around magic, and the results are incredible. Bob, we're going to use you for a moment, okay?
I have some spare time, sure.
This is scary. We're going to get deep inside Bob's mind just for a moment or so. You don't want to linger there any longer than a moment or so.
That's true.
Bob, what I want you to do is think of a symbol.
Okay.
Not a sex symbol. I know that's what you normally think of. A symbol meaning a geometrical shape like a square, a triangle, a rectangle, a diamond, whatever. You have one in mind?
Sure, yes I do. Okay.
What I'm going to do in just a moment is try to read your mind. Now, I'm going to need the help of something. You see a lot of psychics or people that are into predicting the future. They use these things called crystal balls. And though I
Right.
don't have a real one, this is my rendition of a crystal ball. Now, I'm not a very good artist, so you're going to have to bear with my drawing. This is a crystal ball. In case there's any doubts that that's a crystal ball, I'm going to write up here, crystal ball. Just like that. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to turn my back, Bob, and in a moment, I want you to write your thought, your symbol that you're thinking of, right here inside the nucleus, the center of the crystal ball. Once you have that done for me, flip the book closed, and cap the pen, tell me it's okay to turn back around.
Okay.
And tell me when it's okay to turn back around and come back in front of the camera.
Okay, it's safe.
Okay. Now, I'm going to get down here so you can see me. This is exactly how I would perform it. Well, not crouching in this position, but you can see me with the camera this way. This is exactly how I'd perform it if I were live somewhere. You cannot see through this at all, and Bob's thought is written down safely inside here. I want him to let his mind go blank for a moment.
That's not hard.
It's not hard. Now, think and focus on the symbol that you just wrote down for me. You have that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting a thought. Concentrate on it for me. Some people believe that there is a strength, a power, if you will, in pyramids. You didn't draw a pyramid. You drew something very similar. You drew a triangle.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly what he drew, a triangle. This is not a comfortable position, but I wanted to show you that it's hard to demonstrate certain items on video, but this is one I wanted to show you the effect first. I'm also going to tip this because I think it's one of the most clever things, and you're magicians, you're not lay people. You've purchased the tape, so we're not exposing this to the world. We're exposing it to those who want to learn. Complaints, please send to Bob Solari, we'll give you the address at the end of the tape. Watch, this is so clever the way this works. When I said, I want to concentrate just for a moment, when I did that, I'm going to come around here, here's what it looked like. When I was lifting it up to my head, there's a little light. There's a certain spot you pinch with your fingers, and it lights up. And you can see whatever is drawn inside that crystal ball. Again, you only needed it to flash for a moment. Watch, as I'm lifting it to my head saying, concentrate just for a moment. That flash was enough to let me see what was going on inside the pad. The retail should be way more than what John charges. It's way too low for this kind of an effect. The reactions are strong. To clean up, this is my cleanup to go onto the next table, and I'm done. That's basically it, and it cleans up very, very, very nicely. No ink on your finger either if you do it right away. This is called the Thought Transmitter from John Cornelius. It does come with a suggestion of other routines that you can do with that. This, I think, was the most direct, and it was the most simple, and it's the one that I've gotten the best reactions from. The Thought Transmitter.
The improved atomic ball. What it is, it's an oak box, beautifully made. Inside the oak box is 2 brass tubes, 2 large dice, and in the center you can see an atomic ball. Your everyday, ordinary atomic ball. I'm sure you've seen them all before, right? Maybe not. So let's close up the box. If I take a die, place it on the box, place the atomic ball on the die, cover the dice with one of the tubes, place another tube on top. If I take the remaining die and place it on top, the dice can't sit flush. Why not, Howie?
Because of the atomic ball.
Because of the atomic ball's in the way. We can make the atomic ball dematerialize. And rematerialize back inside. And this is examinable. It's called the atomic ball.
This is called the sound gizmo. It's cute for a real quick effect. This is from John Cornelius. You take a pen or a pencil, and when you twist it, it's actually a pencil radio. And when you give it to somebody else, they won't be able to do it. Again, you can twist it, and they won't be able to do it. You can do other things. You can have your own words on there. This is what the sound gizmo is. It's a little recording device. When you flick the red button, there's a little speaker in the back, and it plays whatever you have recorded. In this case, I just kind of held it in front of a radio and changed the stations around for a little bit. You can talk into it and do the same thing to have it predict a card. You'll see there's a little loop right here in the corner, a little loop of metal, and you can attach an elastic band to that. So it's on a pull now. So when you're doing it, boom, it'll shoot up either up your sleeve or behind your jacket, much the same way like a Sig Vanisher or something like that would work. And it's called the sound gizmo.
This is John Kennedy's stir fry, and yeah, that thing's starting to get to me too. That is very aggravating. Any complaints? Write to the Trickery, Howard. Write to Howard. He'll take care of this problem for you. Here's what it is. You can borrow a coffee mug, a dime or quarter, whatever you have, and a little wand. Okay. And what happens here is it's very, very simple. You take the coin, drop it into the cup, they can hear the coin rattling around in a cup. You take the wand and you stir it around, and the dime penetrates the cup. And that's called stir fry. It's cute, quick, easy, and well worth the price.
This is another one of our exclusives from our wooden collectibles line. This is the giant wooden card box. It's a giant wooden card box. And, you know, if you're familiar with card boxes, a lot's possible. You can close it, you can wave your hands over it, and inside can appear a card, a selected card, money, stamps, a prediction. There's so many things that you could do with a card box. I can't even tell you half of them because it's just overwhelming amount. What's nice about this too is that the gimmick stays inside with no fear of exposure. This plays very well on stage too, as it is jumbo size. This is the giant wooden card box. This is another card box. This one is not an exclusive. This one is manufactured by Viking. The quality, amazing, as with every Viking effect. And again, like in the giant card box, the effects are limitless. A card is selected, it's torn into quarters, its quarters are put inside the box is shut for a moment, you utter a magical cantation, and when you open up the box, the card is restored. This is unbelievable. Again, you're looking at one of the gimmicks. I'm not going to tell you which side, but it is secure. There's no way that's coming out. I've had actually people handle this and had no idea that there is an inner flap, those that weren't aware of card boxes. So again, many effects possible. This is from Viking. It's their card box, the Viking card box. This is called UFO. There's been a lot of different twirling cards that have been on the market. It's a very, very old trick. This, I feel, is the one that has the best handling and the best hookup. You can do a card routine using an ordinary deck of cards. The spectator can select a card. I put the Queen of Clubs this time. And you explain to your audience that you're working on your card technique, your handling. And it's pretty cool. You can just toss it back and forth from hand to hand. And I'll tell you, it gets a really good reaction from magicians who have absolutely no idea you're going to do something like this. A good friend of mine, whose name is Mark, great with cards. One day we were at a restaurant, I took his cards and I did just this in the middle of the restaurant, blew him away completely. The next thing, obviously, if you're a magician, it will give it away, but lay people, they stop dead in their tracks when they see this. It's pretty cool. But you can take the card and just kind of make it hover and float right up into your hand like that. I'll show you that one more time. Watch. You can just take it, give it a good spin, and it kind of hovers there and floats right up into your hand. If you want to get a little daring with it, you can do some maneuvers like have the card fly through your arm. Check this out. Let's get a little warm up there. You need a little English, a little good English on the card for this to happen. Get it going, and just like that, right around your arm. Let me try that again, watch. Just like that, and right around, and it'll float right back down into your hand. I don't have enough room right here, but you can actually make the card go completely 360 degrees around your body. Is it easy to do? Yes, but it takes a little bit of work. I was in Las Vegas, and they demoed this in some of the shops out there, and it literally stopped people dead in their tracks. You walked in, and the guys were just spinning cards. You can also take a credit card and spin a credit card, borrowed credit card. The hookup, very, very simple. I won't get into it on camera with you, but right now the card is completely free from everything and can be handed out for examination. This is called UFO. These are called mini tricky bottles. These are definitely collector's quality. If you have a bar in the house, or if you tend a bar or work behind a bar in a restaurant, this is a great little apparatus effect that spectators really like. Unfortunately, I don't have a great routine, but I'll give you the logistics of this. It's basically a do as I do routine. Oh, Bob's in the back fluffing his hair, making himself look all good. Come on over, Bob. He just called me a nasty name. again, this is a do as I do routine.
Sure.
This is going to be your bottle, this is going to be my bottle. I want you to take, this is your cylinder and this is my cylinder. I want you to do exactly as I do, okay?
Yeah.
So, take the bottle and put it into your hand just like that. Hold on to it, take the cylinder, and put it right over. Perfect. He's good, isn't he?
I've seen
This is the
before.
tricky part. Thus the name Tricky Bottles. Watch. Turn it over in your hand just like that. Now, if you did this right, when you lift up on the tube, your bottle's going to be upside down. Go ahead, give it a shot, and
It's upside
is
down.
it upside down? It is
Yeah,
upside down.
upside
That's
down.
good. Now, it'll match me because we did exactly the same. That's really weird. No, I, you know what?
I
Let's
did
start.
something wrong.
Might have been me that did something wrong. Turn it over. Let's start the whole thing one more time.
Okay.
So, what we have is a bottle. Go
Right.
ahead, lift the shelf.
Yep.
Okay, you got the bottle, right?
Yeah.
Good. Let's do it very slow. Take the cylinder over, and let's turn it upside down. Perfect. Now this time, if you lift yours, excellent. You are right on the mark with that. That is
Right.
very good. Whereas I am not. I don't think this is you. This is definitely me that's doing something wrong. You know, let's put them down. Turn them upside down. Put it back down on the table just for a moment. Maybe it's the bottles. Let's try the different bottles. You take mine. I take yours. Let's do
Okay.
this whole thing one more time. Okay.
Yeah.
The bottle goes in my hand, in your hand. Perfect.
Right.
Take your tube and put it right over. Excellent. And now this time, turn it upside down. Perfect. Now let's see. If you lift your tube up, your bottle is upside down, right
Yeah.
where it should be.
Right.
Which is perfect. And my tube is not. My tube is not. You know what? This is. Turn it back. Put it back. Put it back. Let's put it down right here just for a moment. Put it down and it's face up. Right. Good. You know what we did before? We switched bottles before, right? What I want to try to do, I think now, is switch tubes. We did, unless you want to switch bottles again. It's up to you.
Let's switch
You want to switch the tubes?
Switch the
This
tube.
time, you take my tube. We're going
Right.
to put it over, and I'm going to take my tube and just put it over also.
Okay.
Again, let's do the same thing. Okay, same thing. Go. You pick up the bottle, put it into your hand,
Okay.
and let's turn it upside down. Perfect. Now this time, I think this is going to work out right. You should be upside down, and I
Yeah.
should be right side up. Actually, if you do magic, there's a real quick, easy way to fix this. Watch, it's kind of neat, just like that.
Oh,
Now,
beautiful.
we're the right way. These are called mini Tricky bottles. Again, that was just a real off-the-cuff, impromptu routine. A lot of different things you can do with it. Audience, they dig it. These are the mini versions. Great for a bar, great collector's quality. These are manufactured by Mac Magic mini Tricky bottles. This is brand spanking new, not the effect, but the actual prop right here. This is made from birchwood. This is, I'm sure you recognize this, it's a ball and vase. We just picked these up. These are imported. Actually, we got them today. We didn't even intend to put this on the video, but we found them, we bought them, we love them. It's a ball and vase. Like I said, it's made entirely of birchwood. Let me show you, before I show you the insides, I'll show you. This is all hand turned. You don't see a lot of things like this on the market, so take advantage, especially because we have the price incredibly low. What's real nice too is, instead of the red ball that you're accustomed to seeing, it comes with a golf ball. Very, very topical, especially if you're into corporate gigs, because a lot of businessmen are big time into golf. If you don't perform, it's a beautiful collectible that you want to add to your showcase of treasures. I'm sure you're all familiar with the basic effect. You take the ball from its pedestal and you vanish it. You know, your favorite method. You can show it there, it's gone. Again, it's not even there. It takes just a moment for it to happen. Let's see, boom, just like that, and you'll see when you lift the lid, it comes right back underneath it. Again, there's a lot of different things you can do. You all know how it's done. It's constructed very nicely. I don't mind tipping this because it's such an old trick. The half ball, again, this is what you're getting. It's manufactured real nicely, and I don't know how long that these are going to be available. So if you're into collectibles and you like pretty wooden objects, if you guys know me, you know that's one of my favorite things in magic. I love wooden props that are pretty or handsome and well made. This is one of those props. It's called the imported wooden ball and vase. This is called Super Sight. if you like brass products, like Bob loves brass products, this is something you want to consider. It's a really nice mental effect. It is manufactured entirely of brass. These are 5 brass discs. Say that 3 times quickly. 5 brass discs, 5 brass, I guess you can say that quickly. Anyway, 5 brass discs. They're green, blue, there's black, white, and red. It comes with a real nice plush velvet black bag to carry it in. It also comes with a little brass canister, very, very heavy duty, very nicely made, just like that. It's 100% examinable as well. Here's the effect. You have a spectator come up, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
You have a moment, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now.
Okay, good. And I'm going to turn my back, and what Bob's going to do, he's going to select one of these colors. He's going to then put it inside the black drawstring bag. He's going to close the bag shut, and he's going to put the remainder of the items inside the brass container.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
No problem.
Tell me when it's okay to turn around.
Okay.
I promise I won't look at the monitor. I know those of you at home are saying, how come these guys really get off doing these demos like this, but it's true.
It is
We're going to
true.
demo it the way we do at the conventions.
Howie has no idea which color is in the drawstring bag.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
All set?
I'm all
The
done.
lid is on the canister.
The lid is on the canister.
The selected color is in the drawstring bag.
Yes, it is.
Very good. Okay, now, to divine Bob's thought, I get into his mind. I know that's scary. Did I use that joke earlier? I
Yes,
must have.
it doesn't take long either.
Okay, and it doesn't take long, but I'm going to tell you that Bob's got the red disc placed inside the bag. Is that correct?
That's 100%
That's-
correct. Let's repeat that so
There
they
you go.
believe us.
There we go.
And this is
The
100%
remaining-
legitimate.
The others are inside here.
Yes, they are. Let's do it again.
There we
So they
go.
believe us.
One more time.
One more time.
One more time. I'm going to turn my bag, Bob. Pick a different color. A different color. This is nice because it fits in your pocket. It's great for walk around. It's great for restaurant magic. Easy to carry with you. Are we all set, Bob?
Totally all set.
Totally all set.
Totally all set.
Okay. Now, again, I want to get the idea just by getting my thoughts together. You can't see me. I'm staring at the canister. I'm staring at the bag. They're both opaque, but I can pick up a vibe that you did red last time. I'm going to say it's white. White.
You're
Is that
100%
correct?
No. Yes, you are.
There we go. And this is called
Super Sight. It's undetectable, repeatable. It's fantastic.
examinable.
And 100% examinable before and after. Super Sight. This item is called Electronic Monty. It's another one of our limited wood products. Very limited in supply here. What it is, it's an oak box with 3 buttons and a little red LED light. And you show that the button over here lights the light. This one doesn't work and this one doesn't work. I'm going to spin it around, 3 shell game style. And Howie, which one lights the light?
This one. Should I push it?
Press it down, yeah. I'll give you another shot. Try another one. Oh. This one right here. Right in the middle. Got it now?
All right, I'm with you.
There's only one middle, there's 2 ends,
Mm-hmm.
but only one middle.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't work and this one doesn't work. Which one lights the light?
The one in the middle.
Try it. Give you another shot. Oh, it's this one right over here. It's the end one. You got it now?
Yep.
This one lights a light.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yep.
This one doesn't work and this one doesn't work. Which one lights the light?
This one.
Press it down. I'll give you another shot. Try another.
This one.
Oh, very close. This one lights the light. As a matter of fact, this one lights the light, and this one lights the light. It's called the Electronic Monty. This will drive the spectators nuts. You'll learn this in 5 minutes, completely self-contained. They're very limited in quantity. So if you're interested, please order early. It's called Electronic Monty.
wand. This is manufactured by John Cornelius, so you know the quality is definitely there. It's a miniature magic wand that actually comes in 2 pieces, so it's very easy to carry inside your breast pocket or jacket pocket. It comes with a velvet carrying case, almost like the kind of case that you'd find a really nice pen. You remove the 2 pieces of wand, and very visibly they begin to fuse together. You'll see there we go. They begin to fuse together just like that to form one very solid. When I say solid, I mean it's really solid. It won't bend or fold or do anything strange, but it's a solid magic wand. What John did was gaff one of the ends of the wand to make it magnetic. This way, what I have here is this is a nickel. It's a shimmed shell nickel with a penny underneath it. This way, if you wanted to do another, effect, you could see, like a $X type of effect where you tap it very quickly. The shim adheres to the wand, the magnet in the wand, and it looks like it visibly turns into a penny. John includes a shimming material that you can gaff a playing card or a dollar bill, possibly a book of matches, to go along and add to that. If you don't want to use the magnetic end, by all means, don't. But it's a beautiful wand that will aid in whatever you need a magic wand to do for you. This is called the Animated Wand, and it's by John Cornelius.
It deals with a acrylic clear tube and some different colored wooden beads, and you and the spectator could arrange the beads inside the acrylic tube one at a time in any order you want. We're going to go red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, and finally the last red. Okay. Now this can be done close up or on stage. It really doesn't matter. Parlor magic, it really doesn't really matter. But just by snapping your fingers above the beads, you'll see that they become completely linked into one solid little necklace. This can be done close up on stage. It works instantly. It works every time. It's called the Enchanted Necklace.
George, it's actually a very simple trick, but if you put a little bit of imagination behind it, you can do what, well, you're about to see right now. You start out very cleanly by showing a dollar bill that's on the table. You could show both sides. You show your hands completely empty. You fold the bill in half once and in half twice, and you ask somebody to point to a portion, an area on your close-up mat. Perhaps they point right over here, which is fine, because what you do is you then produce a quarter from that particular spot. You open up the dollar bill. Again, you're clean. You show your hands empty, backwards, frontwards, the dollar bill on all sides. You fold it up. This time you ask them to point to another spot. Perhaps they point right over here. No problem, because now you're able to produce coin number 2 from that spot. Now this is pretty cool, and this messes up magicians. This is called the reverse appearance phenomenon, or, in plain simple everyday language, the vanish of a coin. Watch, the coin goes in between the folds of the bill, and you lie it right here on the center of your table. You can actually invite a spectator to feel the quarter within the folds of the bill, and they really can. This is neat because it happens so quickly. Just with a little bit of a rub, you actually rub the coin out of existence, just like that. It's really not out of existence. I lied, you see. Actually, it penetrated the mat. It really did, and it went underneath right here, just like that. So that was coin number 2, the reverse appearance phenomenon. Now you're back to the beginning again, where you have the dollar bill. You can again show it on all sides, show your hands empty. You ask the spectator to point to another spot. Perhaps they point here, and that's coin number 3, or quarter number 3. You open the bill. You're clean again. You show your hands and the bill empty, frontwards and back. They point to another spot, perhaps right here. This time, a 4th coin appears. This is the very cool thing about this effect, this routine, and this completely drives non-magician spectators crazy, and it destroys magicians. Watch what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. The the dollar bill goes above all 4 coins, one at a time. This happens quickly. Watch. Coin 1, coin 2, coin 3, and coin 4, just like that. Now, Bob, you were watching this. You have any idea where those quarters are?
They were underneath the dollar bill, but they probably penetrated the mat.
You're right. That's just like earlier before. You'll see that the dollar bill is there. The coins have actually, that's weird. They were supposed to have penetrated, but they did not. Well, in case that happens, you fold the bill once, twice, and from it you produce a jumbo coin. So that's, again, a rather simple routine you can do with this prop. The instructions basically call for you showing a dollar bill empty, your hands are clean, and from its folds you produce 1/4. But like I said, with a little thought and a little creativity, you can do a whole lot more. This effect is called By George. Welcome back for the musical dance interlude. This is the Dance O Joy, Bobby and Howie's Dance O Joy. Take a break from the magic just for a moment. Here we go. Go Bobby, go Bobby, go Howie, go Howie, go Bobby, go Bobby, go Howie, go Howie. Wait.
Lots of rhythm here.
Go Howie, go Howie, go Bobby, go Bobby. Here we go. Tired. You winded?
Very. Let's do more
Think we're
magic.
Huh?
Let's do more magic.
Yeah, this is too much. I can't do this anymore. Oh man, heart rate's going. Bob, tell Rose, call 911. Effect called the color changing records. It was an effect done with 45 records. Not 45 records, but records that were, 45. They changed colors. This is the 90s version, or the, I guess I should say the Millennium version. This is called the color changing CDs. The effect is pretty simple. One at a time, you show three CDs, they're silver in color, and one at a time they're inserted into this CD jacket. A ribbon of a particular color is threaded through, and the CD turns into the color ribbon that was threaded through. Well, I thought it would be pretty cool to do it without cover of any kind, just to execute a few very basic, very simple card routines, card manipulations that would make the changes possible. So this is what I do without cover. I show 3 CDs, fronts and backs, and I take, let's say they'll start with the red ribbon. Just give it a little bit of a rub like that. Now what that does, it causes the color to magically transfer on to one of the CDs, the one in the center, just like that. To strip the color out, I do exactly opposite. I rub it in the opposite direction, and you'll see that that color is gone. Again, you're showing both sides of the CD. You do the same thing with the green. You just rub in one direction, and that color is going to transfer on to one of the CDs, just like that. To reverse it, you do just what we did before. We just rub it backwards, and then there's 1, 2, 3 CDs. Now, this one we're going to do just a little bit differently, almost like the instructions tell you to. We thread the yellow ribbon right through the CDs, and this is cool. This happens kind of quick, just like that. You'll see they change color, which matches now the ribbon's color. And again, if we want to strip out that color, we just put the CD in back and we wipe in an opposite direction, and now we're back to a moment ago where we started the whole routine. We're back to 3 CDs, all silver. The color changing CDs.
This is called Eye Exam. It's by Danny Archer. It's a great close-up effect. It's a great walk-around. It's fast reset. I use it all the time. A little leatherette case, also known as plastic. And 4 cards. It happens to be the King of Diamonds, the King of Spades, the King of Hearts, and the King of Clubs. Now, Howie, are you paying close attention?
Yep.
It's called eye exam.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of those kings were face down?
They're all face up. None of them are face down.
None of them are face down? Well,
Nope.
watch this. Little twist just like that, and one of the kings turns face down. Happens to be what? The King of Diamonds. Got it now? Which
Yep.
one's face down?
Diamonds. King of Diamonds.
Okay, little twist just like that. Which one was face down?
Diamonds.
Diamonds. No, actually, you gotta pay close attention. King of Diamonds is face up. It's actually the King of Hearts. That can happen. 2 red cards, they both look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. King of Diamonds. Hearts, I'm sorry, face down.
Mm-hmm.
A little twist. Which one was face down?
Hearts.
Hearts. No. King of Hearts is face up. It's actually the King of
Spades.
Spades. That's the one that's face down. You got it now?
I'm with it.
Okay. Just checking.
Yep.
King of Spades.
King
huh?
of Spades.
Little twist like that. The King of Spades is now face up. Now it's the King of Clubs. Right in front of your eyes. Now, which one of those cards was face down?
The King of Clubs.
Clubs. Pay close attention, because actually none of the kings are face down. They're actually all face up.
Mm-hmm.
This is called an eye exam.
Mm-hmm. I
You're
can see why.
You're failing so far.
Yeah.
Okay? Now watch what happens here. Did you notice what color the backs of these cards were?
Red.
Red. Well,
Yep.
see, I'm checking you for color blindness now, because actually the backs of the cards are actually blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're actually blue backs, Howie. You know, you failed that test again. Well,
Yes, I
let's
did.
test you on one more. Let's check you for visual retention.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I take away 1 card.
Right.
How many cards does that leave here?
3.
3. Actually, your visual retention, that's a little off also, because actually there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. You also failed the visual retention test.
This isn't good.
It's not good. Do me a favor, cover up one eye with your hand.
Yes.
Perfect. And what I want you to read the first line. Is it possible you could read maybe the second line or the third line? Because they turn into little mini eye charts. There's no roughing fluid. It's a great walk-around trick. Minimal sleight of hand. It's well worth learning. It's Danny Archer's eye exam.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the eye chart. What's the very bottom line?
On the very bottom line here?
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but the very bottom line says 2 of clubs. And it says a 2 of clubs for a reason, because there's a special kicker ending in the instructions for another great trick to add to the terrific impact this has. The 2 of clubs. You'll see when you buy it. Well worth the asking price. Danny Archer's eye exam. This is called Nursery Rhymes. It's a good MC bit. It's adult, it's a little risque, but it's not, you know, totally filthy. It's called Nursery Rhymes. Old Mother Hubbard, that's her, went to the cupboard to get her poor daughter a dress. And when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so was her daughter, I guess. It's made out of vinyl. It's a nice MC bit. There is actually no nudity. Everything's all covered up. It's called Nursery Rhymes, and it's a cute adult interlude. And made of vinyl, lasts a lifetime. Nursery Rhymes.
This is something also that's been around for quite some time. It's a nice little interlude of the rope effect. You basically show 3 ropes, and you tie them into what we as magicians deem as loops, or circles of rope. You can also, if you want, have a spectator tie the ropes together, or in form circles like that. And you explain that you've seen magicians take rings of steel and link them together, but how often have you seen a magician take rope and magically link the rope together just like that? That was one circle within another. And this last one is kind of easy to do. Watch this, just like that. Very, 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 very easy to do. The hard part is getting them to unlink. Here we go. Just kind of melts right through. That's one. And that's two. This is called the linking wheel.
Everybody knows George Washington's on the $1 bill. And a lot of people don't realize that George had a little bit of a drinking problem. Yeah, he used to like to toss them back once in a while. So one day, George had a couple too many grogs. He gets on his horseback and he's riding down a cobblestone road. Not with it, and he actually started hitting some carriages. He's banging off the curbs this way, cobblestone road. He's hitting carriages, people. He's on the sidewalk. He's going here. He's going there. He's going this way, that way. The cops see him bobbing and weaving, and they pull up behind him, and they take him off his horse, and boy, as you can see, old George had a few too many. You can tell by his nose. But being the father of our country, they cut him a break. They sat him on the curb, and a few seconds later, as you can see, visually, he sobers up right in front of you, and that's called Silly George.
This is actually called the vanishing candle. It's from Fantasio, but you can also make a candle appear. I don't have my lighter with me, otherwise I would light the candle to prove its authenticity. You can take the candle, you can also make the candle completely disappear. You hold it underneath the scarf, and just like that, completely goes away. There's a lot more you can do with the vanishing candle. You can have the candle, hold it in your hand instantly like that. It turns into a red scarf or a white scarf. A lot of neat things you can do with it. Very versatile. If you've ever seen Lance Burton's performance with the candles, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Phenomenal effects are possible if you just put a little thinking and creativity behind it. Fantasio's vanishing candle.
Nose. Remove a deck of cards from its case. I'll show you the cards are all different. Show the camera, the cards are all different, mixed up order. Howie, what I want you to do is I just want you to touch the back of any one of these cards. I'm going to go real slow. Just touch the back of any one you want. There's absolutely no force. There isn't. This one here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's show the camera the card you stopped me at.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to find your card. This is a special magic trick.
Uh-oh.
What I'm going to do is reach in my pocket and I'm going to pull out an animated rubber nose. Now, people don't realize that, well, basically cards all do look the same from the back.
Mm-hmm.
They look all differently from the front,
Mm-hmm.
but they also have their own scent. You don't believe me, do you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, watch this. The nose is actually picking up the scent of that selected card. Again, you look at me in disbelief, Howie.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, I don't blame you. Let's lose the card in the deck just like that. I'm going to spread the cards face down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give the nose a little bit of a wind up,
Mm-hmm.
and the nose is actually going to find your card.
Hmm.
Really, watch. No. It's not that kind of trick. Look, a runny nose. I bet you he knows your card. I know you say this trick smells. But look at this, Howie. He actually stops on one card and one card only.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds of that being your card?
It's impossible.
Impossible. What was the name?
3 of diamonds.
The 3 of diamonds. Let's see if he stopped on your card. He did. The 3 of diamonds, because the nose knows.
This is called one too many. You show a $2 bill. You explain that, the reason that they're not minted anymore is because of people like me, magicians. Well, let me show you exactly what I mean. You see, a magician would take the $2 bill, he'd fold it in half and in half again, and when he snaps his fingers, he opens it up, and the 1 turns into 2 single dollar bills. Now, that's not the reason that the $2 bill was not made anymore. You see, $1 bill would be put aside. The magician would take the second dollar bill, fold it in half and in half again, And when he snaps his fingers, he opens it up, and it's become a $2 bill again. Now, the government, when they found out that was happening, they didn't like that whole idea. They said, let's not mint the $2 bill any longer. And that's the real reason the $2 bill is discontinued. It's known as the fastest rope trick in the world. Watch, just like that. It's called the color changing rope, and it happens real quick. Watch, we're going to show you that again. As promised, the fastest rope trick in the world, again. Watch, just like that. Red to white, or white to red. That was white to red, right? We're going to slow it down for you. We're going to show you how this looks in slow motion. Okay, here it is in slow motion. Here's what happens. The fastest rope trick in the world. The fastest rope trick in the world, just like that. From white to red. It's called the color changing rope, manufactured by Xanadu Magic, a good friend of ours. Great stuff.
Flying nickels. It's really easy to follow. It deals with a couple simple props. A little brass cup with a hole through the center, which you can see right through. And some nickels, which you could borrow and mark them. It really doesn't matter. And the nickels go one at a time. Inside a little brass nut. Okay? You also need a coffee mug, a styrofoam cup, whatever you have. Doesn't really matter. And place the coins right here. I'm going to cover them up with the cup. Now, Howie, I can make the coins travel visibly or invisibly from the cup to the bag. How do you want to do it?
Visibly.
Visibly? Watch this. Little snap over the cup, and watch this. The coins visibly travel to the bag. Not very impressive, is it?
Nor was it funny, Bob.
Okay. Now we're going to go invisibly from the bag to the cup. Are you ready?
I'm set.
Here we go. Watch this. From the bag to the cup. A little rub and a press is all it takes to make them invisibly travel from the bag to the cup. And that's called flying nickels. It's a real easy trick to do. The nickels can be marked. Use any kind of cup. Flying nickels. Over. This is Martini's Jumbo Draw Box. It's a decent size, as you can see. And could open it up this way and show it completely empty. Close it. Snap your fingers above, and inside is
CJ.
CJ. Hi, CJ. Come on out. This is CJ. This is Howard's new addition to his rabbit collection. CJ. And you can put in here doves, anything you want. As you can see, it holds a decent-sized rabbit. This is Martini's Jumbo Draw Box.
This is called the appearing 10-foot pole. In actuality, it's 8 foot, but the name sounds good, 10 foot, which is why it's named the appearing 10-foot pole. But it still makes a big presentation on stage. You can reach into any production item, a squared circle, a hat, and you just begin to produce a giant wooden pole. This will keep going. I know it's a little out of camera range, but you get the idea, I think. You can keep going. If there was a hard wooden floor, you can actually take this and ram it against the floor. We'll ram it against the glass shelf right back here just to show you what I mean. It sounds solid. Actually, we'll do it against the wall. So it sounds like a solid pole. It looks like a solid pole. And it just makes a pretty nice production from a squared circle, a hat, or anything that will fit it. It rolls into a small package. It's about, this big. It's called the appearing 10-foot pole. This is called confusing crayons. The first thing you need to do is borrow a short, fat kid from the audience. Oh, Bobby, you're not doing anything, are you?
No, I'm short and fat.
Okay, you're just being short and fat. That's good. Now, you've seen the effect before with the topsy-turvy bottles, the mini Tricky bottles, and that's basically the same kind of effect this is. It's done with Crayola crayons. You show the tube's empty. You have an orange crayon, and the short fat kid has a yellow crayon, right? You cover the yellow crayon. You cover short. Let's try this again.
Control yourself.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna say that. Hi. This is called confusing crayons. This is great for kid shows. You borrow a kid from the audience, a short, fat kid in this case called Bobby, and you introduce two giant plastic crayons. You could show the cylinders empty. I have a red color crayon, and short, fat Bobby has a yellow crayon. Now what you do is you explain, you're going to follow me and do exactly as I do. Take the tube and put it over your crayon. Perfect. Now you're going to take the entire thing and turn it very carefully upside down. And if you've done exactly what I've done, when you lift the tube, your crayon's going to be upside down, of course. But when I lift the tube, mine is not. Very strange. Let's try that one more time. Short, fat Bobby. Let's turn it around. Start over from the beginning. Show your crayon, show your tube, put the tube over the crayon, turn it back upside down, and this time when you lift it, they should have been both upside down. That's weird, mine's still right side up. Perhaps maybe, turn it back one more time, perhaps maybe it's the crayons. Maybe you want my crayon and I'll take your crayon. Maybe it has something to do with the crayons. Let's try it this time with, I'm going to use the yellow crayon, and short, fat Bobby's going to use the red crayon. Put the tube over the crayon and turn it upside down, just like that. Now, if you've done it right and I've done it right, when you lift it, both crayons will be upside down. No, I've done it wrong again. Let's try it one more time. You turn it back around like this. You show the crayon one more time in its entirety, and you put the tube over it and you turn it upside down, and of course mine's going to be again right side. I mean, you can go on and create your own routines. That's just a little sampling. And believe it or not, short, fat Bobby and I have never played with these before. We've sold a lot. I've sold a lot on the internet, but it's a great kids prop. I plan to incorporate this in my kid show routine. It's very, very, very well made, extremely affordable. One of the nice things about this too, I haven't seen anybody do this yet. You can load crayons inside. The caps come right off. These are actually Crayola banks, so you can load real crayons inside to give away to the kids, or candy as a giveaway. Basically, your business card you could put in here if you do this as a last finale kind of an effect. So there's a lot of possibilities to do with this really cool prop, and kind of curious why nobody came out with this before. This is from
It's very affordable, too.
yes, Short Fat Bobby. This is manufactured by Tom Urisitz, and it's a great item to have if you do kid shows. It's called
Confusing Crayons.
Thank you, Short Fat Bobby.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cup. It's a cup manufactured from solid brass. Now, a lot of you guys out there know that magicians can control cards, they can control coins, but can they really control thoughts? Let's see. We have $5 $5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my back, Howie, and I'm going to take these 5 halves and I'm going to place them in a cup. Now I can place 1, 2, 3, 4, or all 5 in this cup. And I'm going to control your thought.
Okay.
Okay? Let me turn around right now, and I'm going to place a coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, 4 coins, or all 5 in this cup. Now I'm controlling your thought.
Yep.
How many coins do you think I placed in this brass cup?
2.
2?
Yep.
Now watch this. People don't believe in mind control. Well, look at this. I actually placed only 2 in that cup. Want to try that one more time?
Yes, I do.
Let's see if I can control your thoughts. Let me turn my back again. Again, I'm going to try to control your thought. How many coins do you think I placed in this cup?
4.
4 coins. 4 $half.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, Now this cup will allow you to pour out as many coins as you want. 1 coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, 4 coins, or all 5. It does coins through table. It does a lot of different things. It's called the Shamrock Cup. Once you see its ingenious design, you'll be able to incorporate it into your routine immediately. It's called the Shamrock Cup.
This is called the die box. It's a wooden die box. The effect is very old, but this version is completely new. The quality is top notch. This is incredible quality. For such a long time, I always looked for die boxes that had a very natural look to them. A lot of times you see them with the funky colors or the Chinese writing, and it looks a little tacky. It works in some areas, but for the most part, for me, I like a nice, clean, handsome-looking, professional-looking piece of magic. This is it. You can show the box completely empty before your presentation. It is. You could show, I'm just going to explain to you, since you're magicians, there's no mirrors involved here. You're seeing the box completely empty the way an audience would. You introduce a die, and you place the die into a part of the box, and you shut the lid. And you explain to your audience you're going to make the die disappear from the box with magic. And as you patter, they can hear it, slide to the other side, you open the door, and you show it's completely gone. The kids in the audience will scream, "No, no, no, it's on the other side," and you say, "Absolutely not." And you open up the drawer and you show that it is not there either. You can play this out until your ears can't stand the screaming anymore from the kids, at which time, again, you show this side is completely empty. They scream, "No, no, no, how about the other side?" You open up the other side and you show that, too, is completely empty. Again, no mirrors, no funny stuff. You can show the back of the box, all different sides. What you'll do is then produce the die from another place. It could be in a magic hat, from a magic hat, or any place your heart desires. You can get creative with it. This is what the box looks like a little closer up. I'll keep it open for you so you can see the interior. And the exterior. I'll show you all sides. And this is called the wooden die box. This is the silver streak appearing cane. Yes, I know, I just gave the effect away. Watch, it happens kind of quickly, just like that. Now, these are imported, and the quality is top-notch. Actually, this is the cane that I use when I do my larger shows. Even close up, I'm going to bring that right up to the camera, it's pretty convincing looking for those that know it's secret. Like the appearing cane, there's also the vanishing cane, and a lot of different possibilities are available for both, which I'll explain to you in a moment. You can show the cane, you can tap it on an object, you can take the cane, you can, again, different presentations, break it over your knee, and you have a scarf. It just, boom, comes magically. One of the things that you can do, that I usually do on the larger stage shows with the appearing cane, is torch to cane. We have torches that are available for $10. I'm not going to do that here in the studio. I'll set the smoke alarms, but you have a torch, and a big flame is from the torch, and boop, just like that, it turns into a solid cane. Again, you can do feather or plume to cane. A lot of different variations are possible. The canes, like I said, they are imported, and the quality is 100% top-notch. Recommend them highly. They're quick, they're easy to use, and like some of the others that are on the market, they don't leave a greasy film in your hands. The appearing and vanishing silver streak canes.
This is called Breakthrough. It's a bicycle deck of cards. You give it a little bit of an overhand shuffle, just like this. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little packet of cards, about, I don't know, about 8, maybe 10. Show you the back of the cards. It turns into our bicycle stock. We turn them, the little packet, face up. I'm going to take the packet and place it right on top of the mouth of the glass. Now you borrow a quarter, like this. Grab the quarter and just give it a little tap, just like that. And amazingly and impossibly, that quarter penetrates the packet of cards. Now this could be done with a borrowed marked quarter. It really doesn't matter. It's totally mechanical. It's imported from England, bicycle stock. It's called Breakthrough. This is called Coin Through Hand, which is kind of a giveaway before I even demonstrate the item. A little brass plunger and a quarter. Oops, let's cut that. I forgot you can't turn it over. This is called Coin Through Hand. It deals with a little brass plunger and a quarter, which if you want you can borrow and you can show your hands, where's the camera, completely empty. And what you want to do is this. You can take the quarter, place it on the back of your hand, or back up there, okay, and take the plunger, and it fits almost directly right on top, almost covers it completely. A little press down, a little turn, and a little press of the button on top, and watch what happens. The quarter penetrates your hand, and that could be handed back out with the mark on it. It's called Coin Through Hand.
The world's finest build tube, and it really is. It's manufactured by Viking, so you know that that's a very true statement. Anything that Viking puts out is top notch. One of the reasons I like this so much, I'll show you. If you're not familiar with the effect, I'm not going to demo it for you. I'll explain it quickly. A $100 bill or any kind of a bill is borrowed and vanished via your favorite method, and it ends up, the spectator is holding this the entire time. It ends up inside the locked brass tube. What I do like about this, over most of the other build tubes that I've seen and that are on the market, is that once the spectator undoes the lock, he removes the little stock, and instead of just coming right out, you have to unscrew top several times. It takes a little while. This is great, because if they have any clue how it's done, this immediately dispels it. And this is so nicely made that it is 1000% examinable. We usually say it's 100% examinable. They can take this and really screw around with it, and you don't have to worry or fear that they will detect how it works. Again, this is from Viking, and it's called the world's finest build tube. I use this in my parlor performances, and it is strong. Made entirely of brass, you won't regret this purchase. Steel ball through brass bolt, and that's what you're going to see in just a moment. You're going to see the steel ball go right through the brass bolt. It comes with a little brass housing. There are no mirrors or anything weird like that. You screw the bolt right into the threads of the brass housing. You make sure it's nice and tight. And you take the steel ball, or a spectator can take the steel ball and place it right on top. And obviously the ball's not going to go anywhere, because solids cannot penetrate solids. Unless, of course, you were to do it magically and cause the ball to slowly maybe shrink and sink or melt right through the bolt that goes through the brass housing. It happens very slowly. If you concentrate your energy on it, there you go, you'll see it shrinking and sinking and then melting visibly right through the brass bolt. What's real nice too is that after this is done, you can remove the bolt from the brass housing and hand it out for your spectator or spectators to examine. They won't find a thing because it's so well made. This is steel ball through brass bolt. The reason that I got into becoming a magic dealer, I saw this many years ago at a magic shop. I wanted it. I was with my wife. She wouldn't let me buy it. I'm sure some of you guys know that story oh so well. So from that day on, I vowed, damn it, I'm going to get it at cost. I'm going to get everything at cost. I'm going to open up my own little magic shop, and that's pretty much how the Trickery came to be, because of this effect right here. You see before you, it's set up with 2 $half on a little coin stand. It's normally done with 4. We don't want to bore you, and we want to save a little time on the tape, so we're just going to run through it with 2 coins. It comes with a walnut base stand, and On top of the stand there are two glasses, a little shot glass and a larger tumbler. The tumbler is put atop the shot glass, which rests on the pedestal. This way nothing comes in, nothing goes out of the little shot glass. Now I'm not going to do the magic on this, Bob is going to do the magic on this. One at a time. One coin, a little toss through the air, and magically it ends up inside the shot glass. That was coin 1. Now coin 2 is pretty much, well, the same way. Go ahead, a little bit of magic, Bob. Coin 2 comes across, it's tossed in the air, and waiting, watching, and coin 2 in the shot glass. You can give these out to be examined afterwards. It's called Copentro. It's a beautiful collector's piece. These are manufactured by Stephen Klein, I believe. Is that the name?
Bob Klein.
Bob Klein, I'm sorry. From Bob Klein, and we know you'll enjoy this. This is called the Sonata gimmick. There are different handlings that you can do, as you'll see in the instructions. This is the way that I like to do this. You show your hands completely, utterly empty. You hold a glass which can be borrowed. It is not a mirror glass. It's not gimmicked or gaffed in any way. They're all sized that they can see, and this is kind of neat. Your sleeves are rolled up, and it just takes but a moment for you to produce a sponge ball. Like I said, there's different handlings that you can do, but you open with empty hands, and you are 100% clean. This does not utilize a thumb tip method. Very clever method. You'll enjoy it. The Sonata gimmick. This is called Spotlight. You explain to people that in the world of close-up magic, your hand becomes your stage. A little pen light from Radio Shack becomes your very affordable lighting system for your stage. This is very cool. You can do a trick with the spotlight. You shine it into your hand, and just like that, you capture the light and cause the light to vanish. I know, you're thinking, how can we market an effect like that? And well, the answer is simple, we can't. But the real effect is when you go to capture light, you have to be quick with your hands. You have to capture it so quickly that nobody has any idea what's going on. You shine the light, you capture it quickly, and what will happen is a sponge like that. Now, you can do some incredible things with the sponge ball and your stage lighting, or actually a very inexpensive magic wand. Watch. The ball stays into your hand, in your fist, and you push the light through. Now, most people think it's going through your fist, but see, it's actually going through the ball. It's actually causing the ball to completely disappear from your hand. The ball ended up back inside my pocket in my spotlight. It's from Deanville. Easy 4/8 production. I've gotten a lot of use out of this. The audience reaction is pretty incredible. Here's how it goes. You show a deck of cards to be in no particular order. You can show the fronts, you can show the backs. If you'd like, you can shuffle up the deck, which I will do for you. You can cut the deck into several portions just to have a thoroughly good mix, just like that. Now, you explain that the reason you should never gamble with a magician is because, well, they cheat. Here's what happens. They control the cards. You can just, a good magician could cut just like into the center of the deck and cut at an ace, the ace of diamonds, ace number 1. Not only can he control cards, he can control the thoughts of other people. Bob, what I'd like you to do is I riffle the corner like this, somewhere between the top and the bottom. Please say, stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yep.
Take a look. I'll pull it out for you. I'll show you. The card you stopped me on is ace number 2, the ace of clubs.
Wow.
Wow, I know you're impressed. Now, ace number 3, sometimes that's a little more difficult to find. Actually, I'll let you in on a secret. A lot of times magicians or gamblers, they can tell where an ace lies in the deck by the weight of the aces. I know that sounds kind of strange, but just fishing around, they can actually feel where there's an ace. And actually, I'm getting the feel that there's an ace 30 cards from the top, which would be right about here. Now that would be ace number 3, the ace of hearts, but magicians, I told you they're so good, they can actually take that ace and control it right back up here to the top, just like that.
That's incredible.
That's ace number 3. Thank you, Bob. Ace number 4, done a little bit differently because I told you earlier a magician controls the thoughts of other people, but he can also control their actions. I know that sounds a little strange, but it's true. Bob, I'm going to show you the cards quickly. I'm going to run through them. Now, in the top and in the bottom, have you seen an ace?
No.
Which would lead you to believe that there is an ace someplace
In the center.
in the center, correct. Now, again, I have to point this out for magicians that are watching. I'm not holding any breaks of any kind. There. No breaks. What I want you to do, Bob, is to cut someplace where you think an ace might be. Someplace where you think there might be that fourth and final ace. This is called Imagine This. There's a lot more that you can do with this effect. You don't have to just rely on producing 4 aces. You could produce 4 kings. You could produce a jack, queen, king, and an ace. You can produce 1, 2, 3, 4, an ace, 2, 3, 4 of any suit. You can ask somebody to pick a card. They lose it inside the deck. Boom, you find it instantly. The cards are not tapered. They are not. It's not a short stack in any way. What you're looking at right now, you're going to get. One of these cards that you're looking at right now on the table is gimmicked. The deck can, only one card in here is gaffed. Again, it's just a very simple handling effect.
It's not a short card, though, is it?
No, no way. It's not a short card.
Okay. It's not a Svengali idea?
Not a Svengali idea at all. Absolutely not.
Not a stripper deck idea?
Not a stripper deck idea. No way. You can go right into your next card routines using this deck. Your spectators can handle the deck all they want. They won't see. They won't find a thing. When I do a card routine, I usually do it. There's a 20-minute routine I start with this, and the spectator throughout the routine does handle quite a bit of the cards. Never, ever have I had anybody find out the solution on how this works.
It's not 2 cards glued together?
Nothing like that at all. It's
Okay.
one simple gaff, and it's handling. And most of the trick is a handling trick, but it's easy handling, it's simple handling, and like I said, it's very effective. I get a lot of positive comments and feedback on this. It's called Imagine This. It's a nickel-plated box, very pretty, show you all sides. You can see, I'll open up the back door, the front door, and there's also a little top door here. You could show that there are no mirrors or anything. It's just a nickel-plated frame with some lids. You close up the boxes, the lids, you wave your finger, you snap, and when you open up the lid, you're able to produce 1 scarf, or 2 scarves, or 3 scarves, or 4 scarves. You could do something like that. Again, you can show the box completely empty. I'll open up the top also. Real quick, one of the ideas you can do with it is a mini blendo type of a thing. I'll just run through that very, very, very quickly for you. Again, you can close the back, the front, the top. Actually, before you close the top, you want to take your scarves and put them back in from whence they came. Red, yellow, blue, and green. And you put them all the way inside the box. You close the lid, and again, a wave and a snap. When you open up the lid, this time, you can pull out a multicolored scarf all together. You're also free to show the box completely empty again. It's called the Silk Wonder Box. You can do a lot of different things with it. The mini silk blendo that you see here, that is sold separately, and you can find a listing on the bottom of our spreadsheet with all the prices that you see for the things found on this video. This is called the Silk Wonder Box. Bag. This is manufactured by Art Khan, one of our good friends over at Xanadu Magic. This is great, especially if you're a little leery about using sleight of hand. Sometimes I'm not very comfortable, and I like to rely on a prop a little more than my hands. It's also nice, too, to incorporate the both. It's a nice mix for some very pretty magic. But if you wanted to go without any sleights whatsoever, you can show the mesh bag. You can show the front of it, and it is mesh, so they can see right through it. You can show the back of it, too. Your hands, again, are completely empty, and just with a snap of your fingers like that, you can cause a coin, an English penny, to appear in the bottom of the bag. You can take the English penny and dump it out, and you dump it out into your hand. This is nice. This is a penetration effect where you can just go like that. the penny is gone from your hand and it appears back inside the bag, just like that. This is also very visual. You can explain how the exchange rate with an English penny and a copper penny were very different many years back, and watch what happens here. This is very cool because you see it turns into a jumbo penny right before their eyes. Very clean, very easy to do, and again, lots of effects are possible. This is called the con bag. Hi, Bob.
What's up?
This is called the head twister. This is manufactured by one of my favorite illusion manufacturing companies called Bob.
Martini Magic.
They're located out in Pennsylvania, and we've had some special arrangements with them where we will supply you with these. This is very cool. If you're not familiar with it, we'll show you what it looks like.
You all right?
Goes on the spectator's head, your assistant's head. Hold on, Bob. This is supposed to be strapped in. This is. There we go. You strap them in,
Mm-hmm.
and here we go.
You all right?
Yeah. Wow. That was rough. Actually, it really wasn't rough. It's really easy on the assistant. Just a little loud in there. This is called the head twister. It's manufactured out of birch wood.
Yep.
And it's got the famous Martini pinstriping in blue. These are sometimes, I believe, available in red. Is that true?
Red and blue, yeah.
And this is what the prop looks like. We'll quickly show you all sides. It's a decent weight, but nothing that'll hurt or crush your assistant. And it's very well made. It'll stand a lot of serious trooping around. It's called the head twister from Martini Magic. Bob's going to shut the camera now.
Right now.
This is called Where Does the Rabbit Go? It's a beautiful stage effect that my wife and I use every time we do a large stage show, and it always gets a real nice reaction. A simplified version quickly on tape for you would be this. Your assistant wheels out the cage onto center stage. Inside the cage you can have a bunny, you can have two bunnies, you can have some smaller animals like kittens. In this case we have Dusty. And Dusty's been with us for a couple of years. He's one of the bunnies we use to perform with. So you introduce Dusty, and you explain that, I usually explain that I'm from Philadelphia, and what I'm going to do, my parents still live out there, my friends still live back there. They haven't seen Dusty in a while, so we're going to try to magically transport Dusty back home. Say, bye-bye, Dusty. Everybody says, bye-bye, Dusty. And we take Dusty and put him into the large box just like that. Very good. Stay, stay. Just like that. Now the magic happens quickly. Pay attention, watch. Just like that, gone. I know you don't believe me, so I guess I'll have to prove it to you. Yes, he's really gone.
Open it up again.
Just kidding. Actually,
Let me see.
Gone?
Really gone.
See?
Gone.
Bob wouldn't lie to you guys.
No.
Here's the breakdown, quite literally. First thing you do is remove the lid. And you hand that to your lovely assistant, or Bob in this case. And you show the box completely empty. No mirrors or black art going on. Watch, because you can collapse it so it lays flat. Just like that. I know what some of you must be thinking. Behind the table. I'll show you something. This is cool. Watch. See, not behind the table. The table collapses flat, just like that. Pretty cool?
Great.
At this point, a lot of people scream, it's behind the lid, turn it around. And I turn it around for them. They say, no, 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 turn it around again, I turn it around again. Finally, when they can't take it anymore, I can't take them screaming anymore, I release the lid and show that this is completely empty. This is a beautiful outfit. It's made from birch wood. It will stand a lot of trooping. And if you have any questions, please call me. Like I said, I do use this all the time when I do larger shows, and it's just a great effect. I give it a real high recommendation. This is called Where Does the Rabbit Go? By Martini Magic. called the Rabbit Ringer. This is another one of our props from Martini Magic. This one is great. We use this in our kids shows all the time, and we get a lot of reaction from it. You introduce your bunny. I'm going to go get him in just a moment. Actually, we'll go get him right now. You guys know Dusty. He's here just a moment ago with us. You introduce Dusty, and you introduce this as your Rabbit-O-Matic fax machine. That's right, the Rabbit-O-Matic fax machine. And again, I'll explain that I'm from Philly and they haven't seen Dusty in such a long time, so I'm going to try to fax Dusty back home to my parents. It sounds a little rough, but it's pretty cool. You place Dusty in the Rabbit-O-Matic fax machine, just like that. And it's an old-fashioned machine, no electronics, but it cranks by hand. Here's what happens. You begin to have Dusty go back. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. That just usually doesn't happen. I'm very sorry. So now Dusty is able to be folded and put inside an envelope, or through your real fax machine. Actually, I have the birthday child hold on to Dusty, and there's a couple of little, cute kitty things I do with the rabbit. And anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So while they're holding him, the other kids are screaming, "That's not really Dusty. That's not really Dusty." And I'll explain that Dusty's really flattened, and they don't believe me, so I will prove it to them. And while the child holds on to Dusty, I'm just going to let him go for a moment there. That wasn't cruel. He didn't feel it. In a flattened condition, they don't feel things like that. But I will show you the inside of the Rabbit-O-Matic fax machine. See, it is completely empty. So that is Dusty lying there on the floor. I know it's not right to do this, and I'll probably get letters for animal cruelty. We're going to see if we can reverse the procedure, see if we can reverse and get Dusty back into a normal state. Hang on, the lid's right back. And we'll get Dusty off the floor. See, he's still in pretty good shape. And like I said, we're going to try to reverse the procedure. Here we go. His little ears inside the rollers. I'll get his little ears inside the rollers. We'll get one of his ears inside the rollers. We'll get the other one inside the rollers, and there we go, just like that, reversing the procedure. Here we go. Here we go. I know this looks rough on the rabbit, but it's not hurting him in any way. Let's do feet first. We'll do feet first. We'll get Dusty back in. There we go. Here we go. Reversing the procedure. There we go, just like that. Hopefully he's restored to his original condition. Let's see. Yes, he is. I have to show you, don't I? This is Dusty. Now, again, Martini, they make their props from the finest birchwood available. The stand is one of our close-up stands. It's called the Eureka close-up table stand. That's also available, but it does not come with this illusion. We have a top on the Eureka stand. We have a base sitting here, but the stand is available for an additional price. What you get is the box, not to show you, but it is a mirror box. The quality, as every Martini prop, is superior. The Rabbit Ringer by Martini Magic. Airborne, it's from Doug Malloy, and this is great for any kind of an interlude in your magic act. If you're an MC, it's also another perfect effect. You take a break for a moment from talking or from doing a mouth coil or whatever you want to do, and you have a bottle of Perrier water with you. You fill the glass. This is pretty cool. Just like that. It's called Ultimate Airborne. Very, 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 very easy to do. You could drink from the glass right after that. Ultimate Airborne.
Rabbit Run, I'm sure most of you people are familiar with this item. This is manufactured by Martini Magic, and it's probably the best one made, I would say. It's very durable, lasts a lifetime. I don't do children's magic. Howie does, but Howie's indisposed right now. That's a nice way of saying he's in the bathroom. So I'm showing you Run, Rabbit, Run. I'm not going to go through.
Yes, I can't get the ball back out. There we go. Now, this is cool. A lot of people didn't know this about sponge balls. Sponges, they absorb water very easily. Well, not only can they absorb water, they absorb energy and light. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Watch. It's like that. You shine the light right onto the ball. As I pull back just a little bit, I'm going to kill the light and you'll see the ball remains lit. You can transfer the energy or the light source back and forth, just like that. It's kind of cool. Very eerie. You can blow the light out. And again, take the sponge ball. You put it back into your hand. You take the flashlight and insert that right through your fist, just like that. And you can cause, one more time, the ball to completely vanish. And again, you can go on with this and do different things. The ball can end up back inside your pocket. You can give this out for examination at this point. A lot of different things you can do. It's a cute little handling effect, and spectators really dig it when you show it to them. I got a lot of nice reactions with this. This is called Spotlight. It's from Deanville. Easy for
I do not do children's shows, but I'll show you some of the workings of it. You show a rabbit over here, and he travels back and forth, and he winds up poking his head out from the other side, and he's under your control at all times. You know, he slides back and forth, and he pokes his, hey guys, is that a miracle or what? Huh? Is that amazing? That's Run Rabbit Run. Ooh, I don't see him here, I don't see him there. And ooh, he goes back and forth, and it's just, it's a great children's trick. It kills a lot of time. When you guys do children's magic, you know you want to kill a lot of time. And it's called Run Rabbit Run. It's by Martini Magic. It's the best on the market. That's why we only sell Martini products, because they are the best. And it's Run Rabbit Run, Martini Magic.
This is called the cage and cylinder production. You show two cylinders. One is slightly larger than the other. You can show at both ends. You can take the cylinder, you show it how it'll pass right over the smaller one, just like that. You can take the smaller one and again show both ends right there. You also have a cage. You can see through it. No mirrors or anything strange like that. It's just a cage. The small tube fits right over the large tube. The large tube fits right over the small tube, which fits right over the cage, just like that. And again, with just a magical snap of your fingers, you show one cylinder, two cylinders, and then you have three plastic golf-sized balls. And you can go into different routines with the balls if you'd like. You could use them for, you know, in a vanishing box or whatever. This is called the cage and cylinder production. This is called the Ring and Box Mystery. It's a new addition to our exclusive wooden collectible series. It's actually a very old effect, but we decided to bring it back because it was pretty darn cute. You show a little brass ring and a wooden box. You can show the box on all sides. The spectator can even handle it. You take the ring and you put it right here in the bottom of the box, just like that, and you close the door. Now it also comes with a magic wand, a little mini wooden magic wand, and what you do is you stick the magic wand, there's two holes right in the side of the box, through just like that. This is very, very cool. You have your spectator come up, and your spectator with his fingertips, or you can have two spectators, they each hold the tip of the wand, and what you do is they're holding onto the wand. I'll do this myself. You move the box away from them, and the ring is now threaded on the magic wand. All is examinable. They can remove the ring. There's no slits or openings in the ring. The magic wand is also solid. Like I said, you can pass all three out for examination. The ring and box mystery. Ling Ling coin box. It's a beautiful wooden box. It's hard woods, and it's fitted with brass trimmings. I'll show you all around the box. I'll show you the bottom part of the box. the top part of the box. You'll notice the top and the bottom, they have slots much like banks do. Show you the inside of the box. Again. Now, it's a coin effect. You can borrow a coin. You can use a $50 if you'd like. You can use an English penny. You can have the coin marked or signed with a marker. It also comes with a little plexiglass sheet that's cut just so it just fits inside, just like that. Now, there's a reason for that, which I'll explain in a moment. You see, when you have that blocking the slot, nothing can go through the slot. Same thing on top. If you drop the coin through, it's going to get trapped by that piece of plexi underneath. Unless, of course, you were to do it something magically. Watch, we're going to try this right now. The coin gets dropped through, and you're going to see it slowly, just like that, melt right out the bottom of the box. Now, at this point, you can open up the box. The plexi is still in place. A spectator can even remove it. They can check out the plexi. They can even handle the box. It's that well made. And, of course, their marked coin has visibly penetrated. This is called the Ching Ling coin box.
Magic, we are really proud to have this available to us. It was a really, I don't know, it was an old trick made very like junk and plastic and cardboard. I mean, it's called color vision. A lot of guys remember that. They probably did it 50 years ago, always with junky props. And we have these made now in hardwood, and this is a little pieces of wood all glued together. I mean, this is really, really, really well made. And the die, solid hardwoods. The colors are recessed gems. And for those of you that are not familiar with the effect, it's really, really simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my back, and I'm going to have Howie place any color he wants facing up. Then I'm going to place the lid on the box, and I'll be able to tell you the color that was placed face up. Want to try it, Howie?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn my back, put any color, show the camera, any color you want face up. Okay. Place it in the box.
Raise your hand up a little higher.
There we go. Got
Okay,
it?
yep.
Okay, and I'm going to reach over and take the cover and place the cover on the box like this. A little shake.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like green, Hallie.
Yep.
It's green, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. And that's actually the color that was how we placed face up, the green. For those, I'm sure you're familiar with the effect. And what happens is when this goes behind my back, how he places, let's say, the red face up. Behind my back, I turn the box, and I place the lid on this way. And this is my my view when I'm shaking the box. From the spectator's view, they see this. From my view, I see this. And the cleanup is just dumping it out like that. And you can show the die again. They come with a little drawstring bag. It's an exclusive from the Trickery and Bob Solari Magic. It's a great item. I mean, don't overpass this item because you guys have the plastic version and the cardboard version. This one here is really, really well made. Me and Howie both use this thing when we do our walk around. It's really killer. It's called the Wooden Color Vision.
It's great if you are into street magic. It's great for walk around close up. It's the typical hot rod effect, but it's done in nice wood. You show both sides. Somebody picks a number. They land on maybe say the color red, and just like that, they all turn red, or they all turn back around. You know, it's again the typical hot rod move. These are nice. These are imported. Very, 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 very well made. The jumbo wooden hot rod. Again, it's great for street magic or walk around. It's another exclusive from Bob Solari Magic and the Trickery. You show a bunch of playing cards. You show them all to be different. Bob, what I want to have you do is I riffle through. Just take a look at any one card and remember any one card. Burn that card into the memory of your mind.
Yep, got it.
Done?
Yeah.
That was quick. You have one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll explain in a moment why it's called Trapped. It's a beautiful box. Beautiful. It's made out of hardwoods. It has brass trimmings. The box is closed, and it's shut tight, just like that. I'm going to put this right here. It's still keeping it in view. Now it's called trapped for a reason, because you see, these cards, they all have little holes in the corner. It comes with a little brass padlock. You lock, where the spectator can lock all of the cards together so that they become, remove the keys, make it easier, so they become locked and trapped together like this. Now, I don't know the card that Bob selected, but I do know magic. Watch, shoot, just like that. Bob, did you see it happen?
No.
It's because nothing happened. I was just kidding. Watch, for real this time. Did you see it happen?
That time I saw it happen.
You saw it happen?
Yeah.
Very good. Bob's been drinking again. Here, Bob, for the first time, announce your card to me and to everybody watching.
The King of Clubs?
The King of Clubs.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the lock's still on. I'm going to go through one at a time. King of Clubs.
Yeah.
One at a time. Bob, have you seen the King of Clubs yet?
No, not yet.
Nor have I. You know what that means? That means the magic worked. See? Trapped. Not anymore. It escapes from here and ends up right here inside the beautiful, handsome wooden box with brass trimmings. This is called Trapped. Again, it's an exclusive from Bob Solari Magic and the Trickery. Trapped. These are called the Ming Dynasty sticks. These are manufactured by our good friend Art Khan over at Xanadu Magic. These are like the Chinese sticks, but oh, a whole lot better. These are made of actual bamboo. Very hard to get, but somehow Art manages. They're put together beautifully. If you know the effect, you show two magic wands or two magical pieces of bamboo with little tassels or tassels on the end. I say tassels, Bob says tassels. Here's what happens. You pull one down, and you pull the other down, that one goes up. This one down, that one goes up. That one down, this one goes up, and so on and so forth. And they say, well, wait, that can't be. They're connected. You show they're not connected. You put one behind your arm, and you pull that down. This one goes up. Bob, at this point, usually sniffs the end of the bamboo sticks. I'm just kidding. These are really great for stage presentations, for street magic. They're very, 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 very good. They're weighted perfectly so they never get hung up. They're also very silent. Listen to this. Actually, you won't listen to this, but listen. Very, 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 very silent. You don't have the clanging that you hear in the cheaper versions. Again, a real, real pretty, extremely well-made piece of magic apparatus. The Ming Dynasty sticks.
This is called Unbelievable. What it is, it's a little pink piece of paper, which is pink and empty on this side, and pink and empty on that side. Pink, I'm using pink, because Howie's underwear is pink, so I'm using pink paper, and a dollar bill. You can use any denomination you want. It works with the new 20s, 50s, 100s. It really doesn't matter. It's just a regular dollar bill. And what happens here is this. You take a dollar bill, place it inside the pink paper, just like that. And Howie, you want to zoom up real close here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now watch what happens. So take the knife. You can actually see it in between the bill, right? It's actually in between. Get real close. There you go. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. It's actually, you can actually see the knife. It's running right in between the bill. Okay, and if I push forward on the knife, watch what happens. You hear that?
Yep.
Wow. Listen to this. Now, that's not a fake tip on the knife. It's not running underneath. That's actually running right in between the bill. Now, watch this. Now, a lot of people say, Bob, it's a fake tip on the knife, or fake blade. If that's the case, that means I have also a Howie, zoom in real close on this one, so I can see that. That means, I'm going to show you guys real close, that means I have a fake handle also. Watch this. And a little rub on the dollar, on the paper like this. Now that doesn't heal the dollar bills. I mean, it doesn't heal the paper, obviously. What it does do, though, is heal the bill 100%. There's no little slits inside the bill like on some versions. There's nothing. I mean, there's no slits at all. Okay, you can hand this bill out, you borrow the bill, it could be signed, there's no switch, there's no nothing. This is called unbelievable, because that's exactly what it is. Unbelievable.
Die to ball tray consists of a wooden tray. Show you the back of it too. And you come out with a large black die in your hand. This is cool because you take the die. In a moment, I'm going to smash it right against the tray. Watch what happens. Very, 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 very visual. Watch. Just like that. It explodes into a whole bunch of little dice. You can have it loaded with sponge balls or just one large sponge ball. In this case, I decided to use little dice because I just like the explosion factor. That's what I call that. The explosion factor just, boom, almost disintegrates into little micro things, micro dice. And it's called the die to ball tray.
This is called pocket production panels. It's great for walk around if it's right in your upper shirt pocket, jacket pocket. It's a little mini temple screen where you show a trifold little screen this side, and I'll show you the other side, also completely empty, and you form it into a triangle, a la temple screen. And you reach inside, you show your hands completely empty, and you can actually produce some silks. There's one. There's two, and here's a nice little touch. It's actually something three-dimensional and solid. You can actually pull out a whole deck of cards from a little screen, which is, God, quarter the thickness of it, and it's actually a real deck of cards. Use it for your next trick. It's a great idea. These are leather. The only ones we carry. There's other versions of it. We only carry the leather ones. They're the best made. And it's pocket production panels.
This is called the fickle nickel. It was invented by John Cornelius, a brilliant magical mind, and it was made famous by Doug Henning. If you remember on one of Doug's television specials that was live, it wasn't taped, he opened with this effect. I'll show you what happens. You show a nickel in your hand, and you close your fingers around the nickel. And it takes just a moment for the magic to begin happening. Watch, as slow as can be. Just like that. Completely gone. And now for the incredible thing to make it come back. A little more difficult. Watch. Again, very, very slowly. Watch. The fickle nickel. This is a little bit different than what you saw just a moment ago, the fickle nickel. This one, well, watch, you'll see what happens. With this one, you can show your hands completely empty. You show your palms first, you show the backs of your hands, and with just a magical pass like that, when you open up your hand, you now have a $50 inside your hand. You can take the $50, this is pretty cool, and you can just rub that $50, just like that, right out of existence. This is also pretty cool. Again, you show your hand empty, you can move all around, and just like that, you catch it in the air. There's a lot more that you can do with this. This is called Now You See It. This is put out by Marieted. It comes with a very, very detailed instructional booklet, but it also comes with an incredible video. When I first purchased this, I bought it at retail. I wasn't into magic dealing at that time, and when I walked into a shop, they had this playing on one of their videos, and to me, it was the closest thing you can get to real magic. I mean, it just really looked nice. It was done in short sleeves, and it's just really, really, really pretty to watch, and people, magicians too, completely blown away when they see things like this. It's called Now You See It. It comes with a gimmick that's pretty easy to use. You work with it just a little bit and you get the hang of it. A very detailed and very informative video and an instructional booklet that's illustrated and chock full of information. Now You See It. Card by Dan Harlan. I won't do the full routine. The effect is somebody freely selects the forced card. You turn the card over on the deck. Let's say, for instance, it's the Jack of Clubs, and you do this. This is pretty neat. Watch. Concentrate on their card. Concentrate on their card. And slowly, very slowly, it flies away from the deck. Now you can make it go back. Watch. Just make it float right back up. That's called Hover Card. It's from Dan Harlan. This is the Himber wallet, and it's a switching wallet or an appearing wallet or a vanishing wallet, whatever you want to do. This is credit card size. This is pure leather. It's manufactured overseas in England, and it's real nice. I'm not gonna. Well, I'll show you a real quick routine. You open up the wallet where I keep, besides my business cards, several playing cards. There are 3 cards that are here. There's a queen, there's a black 9, and then there's another black 9. I'm not going to go into the full effect here. It's a Monte effect, but basically you turn the queen over, and you have the 2 9s that are left, and just like that, you snap your fingers. Well, they think that the queen's here, but you see that's actually another 9, so now you have 3 9s. What they didn't notice is that the queen is actually back here inside the wallet from where it came earlier. So you can do a lot of different things with the Himber wallet. You can use it for productions, vanishes, exchanges. It works with cards, it works with coins, it works with stamps, it works with bills, it works with credit cards, it works with...
Rabbits?
No, Bob, not rabbits. Doves? No, just kidding. Works with business cards. I don't think I said that either. And again, this one, the quality is real nice. It is genuine leather. It says there, a little blurry, but genuine leather, and it is manufactured in England. These are real nice, very inexpensive. The Himber wallet, just think. This is a great effect for street magic or for strolling magic. You go to a spectator and ask them to just think of any one card. Think of one card out of the deck, and once they have decided on one, just to hold their thoughts for a moment, you introduce a deck of cards, and what I do is introduce a business card. I explain that the business card is because what they're about to see is so cool, they're going to want to hire me for their next party. That usually works. I ask them, as I turn my back, what I'm going to do is have them write the name of their thought of card on the back of my business card. That's so everybody later on will know that we're not in cahoots, that it's actually the card that they're thinking of, and they can't mess with me either. So let's assume, Bob, give me a name of a card.
Any card?
Yeah, anyone.
Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds, okay. So my back is turned, I give them my pen, and they're going to write Jack of Diamonds on the back, and what I'm going to do is just put a J for the Jack, and I'm going to draw a little diamond symbol. Okay, I ask them to recap the pen, and before I turn back around, to fold the business card in half so I don't see their writings. I'll ask them to put the business card into their pocket. I'm not going to do that now. I'll just leave it on the table for demo purposes. When I turn back around, I take the cards out from the deck, and I'll ask them to still concentrate on their thought of card. And as they're concentrating, I remind them to think of the color, to think of the suit, and to think of the value of the card. And I'll stop at one card, and I'll place that face down on the table. The rest of the deck, I'll put back in its box and put that back into my pocket. Now at this point, how strong would it be? I put down one card. They haven't mentioned the card to me, nor have they mentioned it to anybody else yet. All they have done was write the card, the name of the card, on the back of my business card, and they put that into their pocket. One card out of 52. would it be pretty cool if that one card happened to match their thought of card, and they need never ever mention the name to you or anybody else. There's your proof. There's your selection from the deck. And you can use the deck to go into your favorite card routines right after. But you might want to end here because it's pretty strong, and you will get amazing reactions. I am going to expose this to you because the method is so darn clever. I've never seen this before. And when I first looked at it, I said, oh, this can't be great. When I thought about it more and I started to try it out, I changed my views on it. Unbelievable, very, very, very clever little prop. Here's what happens real quick. There's a card. Looks like a bicycle card from the back. And you can see, actually, I just started to erase it. It said the Jack J of diamonds. But as I took it out just now, I began to erase it. You remember one of those little pads that you had when you were little? You write on it, and then you lift the paper up, and the writing disappears. That's the same principle used with this. So when you have it set up, it's like this inside the deck. I'll show you real quick. I'll put the deck back into the case. And I know we just wrote on this card, but I'm going to scribble an H right here. It's H, and I'm going to put a B. Okay? Now, just by doing that, the impression has gone through, and you can see on this card, there's an H and a B. So you're holding it to yourself. It looks like a regular playing card from behind. It's real easy to get rid of and palm and get away. And to clear it, you lift that, and it's gone, and it's reusable. This is called Just Think. Very clever, very strong, very inexpensive. You want to use this if you're doing walk-around or street magic. It's called Just Think. What you're about to see is called Bob and Howie's Card Castle routine. If you're doing a parlor act or a stage show, it's a great routine to incorporate into things. You walk out center stage and you rub your hands together. In a moment, you're able to produce a card, a second card, a third card, a fourth, a fifth. You keep producing cards from your empty hand as long as you want to. When you reach a certain point, you want to stop. You go to the mess on your table, and then you produce a giant card castle. There's some different things that you can do with this. You can force a card on somebody, and it would be the top card on the castle. You could do something very similar to what I just did. What this routine comes with is the card castle, which is very, very easy to work with and set up. It also comes with a gimmick that will enable you to produce many cards at one time. Additional gimmicks are available for $5. This way you can come out fully loaded with several decks inside different gimmicks. Each gimmick holds anywhere from 15 to 20 cards with no problem. And you could just keep producing cards forever and then end with this as your grand finale. This is called Bob and Howie's Card Castle. Probably one of my favorite items in our exclusive collectible wooden line. This is called the mini wooden card boxes. You show two card boxes. There's a red deck, there's a blue deck. These are mini decks. And you have somebody select a deck that they want to use. Bob? Red or blue? It doesn't make a difference to me.
Blue.
Blue. Okay, very good. I'm going to put the red one out of sight, or just out of the way, just a little bit there, just for a moment. And Bob selected the blue deck to work with. Now, Bob, I'll show you quickly. All the cards are different. They're in no particular order.
No.
Okay.
No, different.
And what I'd like you to do, Bob, is as I riffle my thumb down the corner, just like that, anywhere you'd like, just tell me to say, well, just tell me to stop. You say stop, I stop.
Okay. Stop.
Right there. Bob, I want you to take a look at the card. Actually, I'm going to pull it out. I'll show the audience. I'll show the camera there.
Okay.
You picked this card.
Right.
Remember it.
Right.
For a moment, we're going to try to do something pretty cool with it. Watch. It gets lost right back into the middle of the pack, just like that. And the pack goes right back into its box. There we go. And I said I was going to try to do something very extraordinary with that. You chose the blue deck, and your card is somewhere lost in the center. What I'm going to try to do is magically take your card from the blue deck and transfer it to the red deck in this box. It's been closed the entire time. Pretty cool?
That'd be impossible.
Watch this. It happens quickly, just like that. blue deck. Now, do you believe it was in here?
No.
Watch this. This is oh, you know what? That's really weird because that usually doesn't happen. The other deck completely disappeared. Is that by any chance your card?
That's it.
This is called the mini wooden card boxes. These are made of hardwoods. They use brass trimmings. Very, very, very beautiful collector's piece. Rather inexpensive, and it's a very good workable close-up routine.
They're limited too.
Very limited quantities. The gentlemen that for us, very, very difficult to get them to do runs for us. When we get them at one time, and we usually sell a lot of these. These are collector's quality again. The mini wooden card boxes. Jack and Jill, this is another one of our exclusive collectible items. You can do a cute story with Jack and with Jill. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just do the effects straightforward for you guys. You show the Queen of Diamonds over here. You can also show the back of the card, the front of the card, and you put the Queen of Diamonds inside this little case, just like that. You can see it drop right down. You'll always see the middle of the Queen. This card is the Jack of Clubs. You can again show it the front, you can show the back. This goes inside its little case. Now remember, the Jack is over here, and the Queen is going to be over where, Bob? Over here.
That's
right?
the Queen, right?
Exactly. This happens quick again with just the snap of the fingers. A moment ago, which one was here, Bob?
That was a Queen.
Right, but you see, it happens so quickly that it's now the Jack.
Let's see the back.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, I'll show you too. There's no black art behind here. The holes just go right through. Now, obviously, if that's the Jack, then this is
The Queen.
exactly right. The Queen. Both sides. Can you hand the cards out? Sure. Right now, the cards are examinable. Again, no black art. You can go right through here. This is called Jack and Jill. This is called USP, Ultra Sensory Perception. What they are, there are several plastic cards here. I'm going to show you the backs of them. The labels that you're looking at, I don't know how clearly you can see this at home, but they come from a company called the Rye Institute. They're located out in Berkeley. What it is an institute that tests for ESP, extrasensory perception. And these are ESP symbols that are used by parapsychologists, and psychologists to test for ESP. There's the square, the squiggly lines, the circle, the star, and the cross. Now, a lot of different routines are possible with this. A real quick and easy demo is to show the cards. You can mix them up. A spectator can mix them up. Doesn't make a difference what goes where. And you're able to divine what the cards are. By feel, by touch, by ESP. This, I would get the impression, would be the squiggly lines. Let's see, yeah, that would be the squiggly lines. The next card, I'm getting the impression, I'm getting a cross, and that's exactly the second card. The third card, I'm getting more of a square. I was going to say triangle, but I don't even think they're triangles here, but I was seeing lines. And so again, that's just a little demo of some of the things that you can do. You always know what cards are where. You can work out a lot of really cute routines with the spectators. This happens to be the star right there, the star, and the last one, obviously, that's ESP. That could just be a process of elimination of the circle. But you always know where the cards are. They can be handled very freely by the spectator. They are examinable, and it's just a really cool working of the effect. So it enables you to show a whole lot of, enables you to show a lot of different routines. It comes with a black drawstring bag, so it makes a nice carrying case. This is called USP. The coin base, you show a brass base, it's empty, and you borrow a nickel. The nickel can be signed if you'd like. You place the coin base right on top of the nickel just like that, and you put the lid onto the vase. This is the cool part. You wait just for a moment. There it goes. It happened, just like that. The nickel completely vanished from beneath. You can show the vase on the bottom. When you remove its lid, there inside is the nickel. And of course, like I said, the nickel can be signed. The brass is unbelievable quality. It is precision made. It's a practical effect. Bob?
I would consider this Brema quality. It's unbelievable precision machining. It's unreal. For the money.
The coin vases come in a nickel version. They also come in a quarter version. The difference in price isn't a big difference at all. You will definitely enjoy this. This is called the coin vase.
This is also manufactured by Art Franklin, who did a lot of machining for
Paul
Diamond. Yeah, and he holds no stops on this one. This is really like top quality brass magic.
You know, if it comes from Bob, there's no argument there. Bob is the brass man, and he's the one that recommended we bring this in from Art Franklin. You'll enjoy it. It's called the coin vase, available in nickel and quarter. These are called Ocordo boxes. There are two different types. There's a penny version and there's a quarter version. Basically, these are the Okido or Boston style boxes that enable you to do some very mysterious things. I'm not going to do a demo for you, but I will show you each of the boxes. This one is the typical one that holds the 4 quarters or the 4 pennies, whichever set you decide to purchase. This box is the one where you do a switch and you ask a spectator to put the coins in. They don't quite fit. It's made just a tad smaller. This one is nice. This has a spot for 1 quarter on this side, right here. And then you can also, on the inside, fit more quarters in. So a lot of different possibilities are possible. How's that? Possibilities are possible. The quality, this is again an Art Franklin brass product, and the quality is unsurpassable. The price is also very, very, very low for something like this. These are great if you're a collector, or if you're a beginner starting out and you don't want to spend a little bit more money for the quarter set. Try playing around with the penny set, especially if you're young and you have small hands. This is great. Both sets available from Bob Solari Magic and the Trickery. They're called Ocordo boxes. Again, available in penny and in quarter. Ocordo boxes. This is an old product out a long time ago, and it was brought back by Art Franklin. This is called Cut and Restored Sig. You can borrow a cigarette or a crayon. A golf pencil is great.
Straw.
A straw, which is what we happen to have right here. And it fits right inside the brass tube, just like that. And you put a cap right on the end. Next, what you do is you take a playing card. You can use a razor if you'd like. Anything small and thin like this, it'll fit right through. And you begin to, just like in the large illusion, you begin to saw, I'll show you another angle, right through the cigarette or the straw. Thank you, Bob. Wow, it's late in the night. The crayon, whatever it is, pencil. You can saw right through it. The golf pencil, which I think is perfect. And a little bit of magic. When you open it up, you show that the straw isn't any worse for the wear, and everything is completely examinable. It's so well made, your spectators will never find a thing. This is called Cut and Restored Cigarette. Transposition bottle. As of the recording of this video, the effect is brand new on the market. Nobody's got them yet, and it's a fabulous effect. You start out with a bottle of Poland spring water and 3 cups. I'm going to empty the contents of the bottle into the center cup. And at this point, you'd ask for a volunteer. Bob, you want to come up for a moment? I'm going to recap the bottle. And Bob, if you would, I have a paper bag. Open that up for me. And I'm going to put the empty bottle, thank you, right inside the bag. And fold it up for me. Just go ahead, Brad, fold it up. And hold it right there and view the camera so everybody can keep their eye on the bottle. Thank you. Now, a moment ago, you saw me empty the water into the center cup. I'm going to show you. These two cups, by the way, are empty. I want to mix them up. This is the Millennium version of 3-Card Monte, you know, the game that they play out in the streets in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
The Millennium version. And if you were following and paying attention, Bob, which cup has the water? Which one?
Cup.
This one?
Yeah.
No. You're wrong. That one doesn't have it. I'll give you one more guess.
That one on
You got it, because this one is also empty. Watch, I'm going to mix them up one more time. And just pay close attention. Just like that. And which one has the water?
the middle one.
Bob's not very good at this. Actually, the middle one's empty. I'm going to even cut to the chase. This one is empty too. See, it really doesn't matter which cup Bob picked, because you see, all 3 cups are completely empty. Actually, again, I will show you 1, 2, 3 cups. Bob, you've been holding the empty bottle inside the bag the whole time.
In full view.
In full view of the camera. Check this out. This is pretty neat. Because inside the bottle, inside the bag, is a bottle. Inside the bag is absolutely nothing. It is completely empty. Now, here, the water that vanished only a moment ago, I'll show you, has reappeared in its entirety inside the capped Poland Spring bottle. Again, a great effect. It's amazing how the effect is manufactured. This one we won't tip on video. It's that good. And it's that cheap. Very affordable. Great for street magic. It's great for parlor magic. The name is the Water Transposition Bottle.
This is called the Houdini bolt. It's manufactured by Viking Magic, so you know the quality is there. What it is a brass nut, a brass bolt, and you borrow a ring from a man or a woman, and spectator places the ring on the bolt, and Howie, do me a favor, thread the nut onto the bolt. There you go.
That's good?
Sure, perfect. Great, look at that. Now there's no way to get that ring off the bolt.
Nope.
There's no way.
Nope.
Okay? Unless we use magic. Watch this. We cover the ring and a bolt for 1 second like this. And open it back up. And then the ring is free from the bolt. This is a Viking product, so you know it's very precision. I'm going to tip how this is done on the video so you see how easy it is to do. The bolt and nut, take the nut off, I'll show you. The nut pulls apart into 2 sections and it's held together magnetically. And it's pretty much locked on, so when the spectator places the ring on the bolt, they can freely thread this thing on. I've done this, I don't know, hundreds of times, and nobody ever tried pulling on a nut and a bolt. They thread it on, and it's pretty legitimate. Now when I cover it up with the silk like this, underneath what happens is I just pull apart the bolt. It goes back together because it's a magnet grip like this, and you're all done. It also comes with, which I have in my pocket up here, a duplicate nut and bolt. So if you want, you could switch out in the beginning or the end. And this one, the ungimmicked one, is a solid piece of brass. It's called a Houdini nut and bolt. Very affordable, precision brass magic from Viking Magic. It's available from Bob Solari Magic and the Trickery.
This is called 5-Card Knockout, and it truly is a knockout. You explain to the spectator that it's really an act to see how close they can pay attention to you. It's not really a magic trick, but again, they need some experimentation in their ability to keep track of what you're doing and what you're showing. In my hand, I'm going to tell you there are 5 cards. There's one indifferent card. That's this one. You don't have to remember that it's a 4 of diamonds. All you have to do is remember that it's red, because the other 4 cards are black. Very, very slowly and deliberately, I'm going to show you each and every card one at a time. Again, the 4 of diamonds, the red card, is the only indifferent card in here. Watch. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Watch what happens. This is cool. Watch. Just like that. I don't know if you saw it, but it really happened. You see, there's actually, let me move that out of the way. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 cards, all black. That red one, the 4 of diamonds, I don't know if you saw it or not, but see, it jumped right here into my pocket. The 4 of diamonds. That was quick. I'll show you that again. Watch. I'm going to flip over all the cards. And this time we're going to work with actually 7. This is my my lucky number, the 7. That gets flipped over too. The 4 of diamonds, right back in my pocket. And it happens quick. Watch, just like that. Did you see it that time? See, the 4 of diamonds actually jumped back from my pocket, and in its place, the 7 of clubs. And at this point, everything is completely examinable. All 5 cards. It's called 5-card knockout, and it fools the heck out of lay people, and I've actually toasted a couple of magicians. The first time I saw it was also floored. 5-card knockout. It also comes with a little wallet carrying case.
Amazing! Teach a trick portion of Spy Before You Buy Part 2. Okay, I thought long and hard about teaching you people a trick. One of the classics of magic is Triumph by Vernon, and it takes a little work and some skill. It's a great trick, but a lot of people don't want to put in the time or effort. I think they should, but if you don't want to, I came up with a real simple, easy version of doing the same trick, getting the same effect without all the work. And this is what I came up with. It's called Easy Triumph. Deck of cards, removed from their case. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my thumb across the edge, just like that. Howie, I want you to say stop whenever you want. Okay?
Yep. Stop.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. Take that card, show it to the camera. Got it?
Yep.
I have my head turned.
Yep.
Tell everybody.
He really has his head turned.
Okay, place it face down here. Take the rest of the packet, place it on top, just like that. Now, if I take the deck and place it face down in this position. If I turn it over, it's what?
Face up.
And?
Face down.
And?
Face up.
And one last time?
Down.
Face down. Did you see any moves?
Nope.
Nothing.
Clean.
What was the name of your card?
2 of spades.
The 2 of spades.
Yes.
The 2 of spades, I don't know if you know this, but the 2 of spades is the card with the world's worst sense of direction. You don't believe me?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the one, the 2 of spades. I'll show you. Because if I spread the cards face down, only one card remains face up. And that happens to be
The 2 of spades.
the 2 of spades. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now that's Easy Triumph. It's very strong for lay people and magicians.
I didn't see you do any moves or anything.
There was no moves. And this is the whole trick. This is what you need to do. All you need is a regular deck of cards and 2 duplicate cards. In this case, the 2 of spades. There it is, 2 of spades. One of the 2 of spades goes face down on the bottom of the deck, and then another card goes face up on top. So the whole deck is face up, except for the second from the top card, which happens to be the 2 of spades in this point. The deck is turned face down, and the other 2 of spades is placed on top of the deck. Now the force I use is the force that we taught you on the first video. If you don't have the first video, Spy Before You Buy, it is still available where you can learn this force. If not, you could do a Hindu shuffle. There's a lot of different forces you could do. What you want to do is you want to force the 2 of spades. So this is what I did. I had Howie tell me to stop whenever he wanted me to. Right here. I had him force this card. I forced that card on him. He placed it face down. The remainder of the pack goes on top, which means the other 2 of spades goes almost on top of the other two of spades, one card away.
That's nice. That makes an easy reset, right?
It's a very easy reset. The deck is placed face down. You say the cards are in what condition? Face down. They say face down. You turn the deck face up. Say the cards are what? They say face up. You say cards are now what? They say face down. Again, one more time, they're face up, and the last time they are face down. Have them name the card. Whatever card you had forced, you say, well, that's a card with the world's worst sense of direction. They say the two of spades, whatever card you forced. You spread the cards face down, and lo and behold, in the center of the deck will be the card you forced, the two of spades. And that's easy triumph.
Long and hard about the teacher trick that I wanted to present for this tape, and this is the teacher trick. You're going to need several props. You're going to need first a white rabbit. You need a white rabbit. You also need, be right back, you also need a black or a dark colored rabbit for this effect. Now you're also going to need a thumb tip. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, a thumb tip? These guys are kind of big, even though they're dwarf bunnies. How in the world? Well, Bob and I have been working on a new routine. It's not ready to be released yet. It will be shortly, probably before tape 3. This is the jumbo thumb tip. It's pretty invisible even in bright lights. I'll show you. Even in bright lights, you really can't see it. We've worked long and hard on the design. If you don't have the money to afford a delight, it also doubles as a delight. Watch, just like that, and you've got a delight. Now, what you want to do is you want to start out with one rabbit. Let's say you want to start out with the white rabbit. You take the white rabbit and you fold him in half and then in half again. You know what? Maybe I should save this for video 3. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, let's save it.
You want to do that? Because
we'll
the thumb
save
tips aren't ready, and
no, we'll save this for video 3.
Okay.
Show them the other thing with the matchbook. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Should we put the bunnies away?
Yeah, put the bunnies away.
Okay. Let's take you, put you back in the cage, and okay, take Mr. Bunny. This is Dusty. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Put Dusty back in his cage. Okay. This is pretty cool, actually. This is a very impromptu routine that you can do. Look at that, the magic of video. It's now black. You can do this at a bar. You can do this when you're doing walk around at a restaurant or pretty much anywhere you want. You borrow a pack of matches from somebody, and you explain the laws of psychokinetics, the ability to move objects with your mind, and you focus your attention on the borrowed matchbook. Again, it's borrowed. You're not set up with threads or anything, but you focus your attention and watch what happens. See, it begins to move just a little bit like that. I'm going to show you that again. Watch. You focus your attention on the matches, and very, very slowly, they seem to move in your hand. I want to show you. I'm going to tip this in just 2 seconds. Again, it takes a little bit. You have to play with it just a little bit. Watch. See if we can get a better. Again, just like that. There's no threads, no magnets. I'm looking at the monitor for a good camera angle. Here, watch. And again, depending on how you have it set, you can make it do some serious turning. I'll show you one last time, then I'll show you exactly how it's done. The slower you do it, the eerier it looks, and it does get some strange reactions. This is your secret. You have one match that's bent out of the pack. That match is the one that you're going to use to spin the rest of the matches. What you do is you put the match in between the two joints of your two middle fingers. Okay, now you don't want to get it on a fleshy part. You want to sort of catch it right in between the bones of those two fingers. And you'll see the edge of the match is right up against the fingers. Now, with just a very, 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 very subtle movement, just by squeezing your two fingers together, you're going to cause the book to rotate just like that. And the slower you do it, the eerier it looks. As far as cleaning up, and again, you know, you can go back and you can do it again. They want to see it again. You just turn the matches back around and very, very, very slowly. And it has a weird eerie effect, especially if the matches are borrowed. To clean up, all you have to do is just open up the book, and you're set. You can rip out a match if somebody's going to have a cigarette, the match that you just bent, light it, and you're done with the effect. Bob, does this have a name, or you know its origin? I was showing this
really,
a while
no.
back, and I just thought it was a really cute impromptu trick. Hope you enjoy it. This is the part in the tape that Bob and I have been waiting for a very long time. This is the end. This is where Bob and I thank you for your purchase of the tape, but more for putting up with our antics.
And dancing.
More the dancing than the antics, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's one last thing we'd like to say before we leave you, and that is, Buy Before You Buy number 3 will be out in the market sometime in the future. Is that pretty accurate?
And the future's accurate, yeah.
Okay, good. So thank you again for your purchase. We seriously appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And we're going to leave you with one last trick. It happens at the count of 3. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 1. Wait, do we snap or clap?
Let's clap.
The last time we did that, the lights went off.
Oh, let's snap it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, Bob,
Yeah?
you look fat.
So do you.
But then you look fatter. When white just doesn't cut it for you.
Yeah, white's not my color, I understand that, but never a craving for carrot juice all of a sudden.
You know, Bob, you're looking awfully nice to me. Bob, kiss me, you fool.
See you guys next tape.
Thanks.
I didn't see them doing
Ah,
that.
wanted to fade out. Wait a minute.
Yes, me too.